Welcome back to Nerdrotic. My name is Gary Beekler, and I come to you from nerdrotic.com, and I am live in San Francisco, California, and we are here for the Nerdrotic Nooner, a very special Nerdrotic Nooner, a very special episode of Blossom. Everybody, as usual, hey, not even that bad this time. Okay, we're talking 5 minutes. This is a record. It's a record. What's up? Rogue Jedi, Miss Sad Song, Mark Stanton, Volarin, Greg Martinez. My God, the chat is moving so fast. Mikhail Johannesson, Heart of Rage, Finks, Victim Terra, Burnt Umbrage, Flake 452, Venom Broly. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the 100,000 subscriber live stream. What's up? We did it. Dave Cullen, what's up? Did you see the YouTube blog about borderline content? No. Are we? Well, we have to be borderline. As a matter of fact, I want to be borderline content. That's where I live, Dave, and you do too. But you're not. Actually, Dave at Computing Forever is very serious content, and it's great content. He has 2 channels, The Dave Cullen Show and Computing Forever. I'm sure you've heard of them. And I emailed you yesterday, Dave, and we definitely have to talk maybe after this live stream and get together and talk. You're one of my favorite YouTubers, and you are a champion for free speech, and we love you for it. You ginge. So thank you very much. It's good to see you. But you know what? I'll pull that up during this live stream, and we can read it together. The purge is coming. It is, my friend. So we'll see where we land on that one. But I guess I can enjoy today. One day at a time. That's how I live my life. God damn it. Just when I hit 100,000 subscribers, they purge us because I don't like Game of Thrones and I want things in the center and I want one-sided politics taken out of our television. I'm so extreme. Oh my God, this is terrible. It's terrible. It's bloody awful, I tell you. So we're going to talk. What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about the things that got the channel this far. We're going to talk about our friends who have shouted us out, like Dave Cullen. Listen, Dave Cullen shouting me out gained me, I think, 10 to 15,000 subscribers. It was pretty crazy. He shouted me out. I started getting 1,000 subscribers a day. So yeah, thanks, dude. Right on. And yeah, thanks, Elaine. Oh, that's my ex-wife's name. We won't talk about that though. Maybe it was her. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So we're going to talk about Game of Thrones. We're going to talk about Doctor Who. We're going to talk about Star Trek Discovery and how thankful I am that they sucked. But I really don't want them to suck. That's the whole thing, is I seriously don't want them to suck. I would rather be talking positively about all of these things. They are all bad on different levels, but there's some good that brought us here too. The Expanse has been very good to my channel, and I was a very small part of the Expanse movement, of course. And I'll give you the channel origin in a little bit. And there is some news that we got to go over in the comic book industry that's important to me. I don't know if anybody cares anymore, but it's that source material for all these big movies you're seeing right now, and it's dying. And it's dying because of things like the MCU and things like, well, mainly politics within the business politics and without the political politics, for lack of a better word. There's a delay in the audio. Hang on. Let me see if I can fix that right now. Un momento. Hang on. I'm just going to turn off my camera for a second, and hopefully that will fix it. And that is why, give me just a second. All right. I can get rid of that window, and that should take care of it. Hopefully it's fixed. The chat is too fast now. It is. I'm having to do top chat. So let me know if this video, if the audio is synced. If you're connecting to Bluetooth speaker, there might be an audio delay. No, I am not connecting to a Bluetooth speaker. Oh, but hang on. Don't go anywhere. I think I know what the problem is. One moment. Logan, turn it off YouTube. You heard me. Get off. Sorry, I had to kick my boy off YouTube. That's probably it. So I'm back. Hello. No audio delay here. Good. We're back. Sorry for the delay. I should have taken care of that beforehand, but that's okay. Yes, downloading too much porn. You got me, Greg Martinez. Downloading the porn. Which I'm not going to stop doing. God, it's freaking, it's my right as an American. Thank you. Oh, poor Nerdrotic Jr. Oh, I know he's gonna have to like not watch YouTube for a little while. He's such an abused child. He can draw. I just got him 2 short boxes worth of Silver Age and Bronze Age DC comics he can read. And he could even use my phone. He's fine. So we have some super chats coming in, but I want to talk to the chat first. And then we're going to go over a couple articles, including Dave, you said borderline content. Let me try to find that. Borderline content. Let's see if we can find this. Somebody might have to link that to me. But yeah, somebody could link that to me. I will read it. First off, let's go to okay, I'm gonna try to say this. It's mutated. Okay, mutated genome. I can read for $5 and just a donation. Thank you for the donation, mutated genome. You are not mutated to me, just as you are mutated, just as you are. Patrick Brothers for $10. Happy 100,000K. Here's some money. Go buy yourself something nice, baby. Thanks, Patrick. Jared Weaver, $4.99. Gary, enjoyed you on the High Council last night. Congrats on 100,000. Look forward to more content. Are you going to do Game of Thrones podcasts on book characters? Yes, my next Game of Thrones video is, and by the way, Dave, I'm going to kind of rip you off a little bit. So sorry, buddy, but I will give you full credit. The vandalization of Jon Snow. That is the title of my next video. It will be out in 48 hours. The vandalization of Jon Snow. And we're talking within the show, not within the books. The books, he is very much in character and fine. And I'm going to contrast that a little bit. And I'm going to prove, I believe, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that current year politics are what put Jon Snow in the back seat. I mean, just look at the latest X-Men trailer. By the way, that is my next video. It will be out soon as this live stream is over. It's actually done and ready to go. So as soon as the live stream is over, that video will drop. Art Fusco, $2. I have arrived. You may now commence the streaming. Okay, we're officially starting now, Art, because you're here. Thank you for the $2. I appreciate it. The Rookie Critic, $2. Congrats on 100K. Hooray! Rookie Critic is the heart and soul of the Fandom Menace. Thank you, my friend. It's good to see you here. Elliot Nelson for $10. Congrats on 100K. You've been pumping out great content. Keep up the good work. I will do my very best. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate it. And my good friend Dakota Stanton, longtime subscriber, $50. Oh, youngster, come on. I know you work hard, but that's why you make the big bucks, because you're smart, Dakota. Congrats on 100K, my friend, doing what you're doing. Thank you so much, and I will keep it up. I promise. I promise. And again, there is some actual news we will be going over today, and this is part 1 of the 100,000 live stream celebration. 100,000 comes along once. So I'm going to spread the love here. We're going to do a daytime stream, and then we're going to do Friday Night Tights is going to be a 100K live stream. We're going to be doing something for charity. I haven't decided what charity it is yet. It might be a couple, but it will be for charity. So I will let you guys know within the next day or so what one I've decided on. I believe one of them will be Autism Speaks. And the other one may be Emily Clark's charity for brain recovery that the Free Folk did, or because we've already done one for the Peter Mayhew Foundation. And by the way, I will be live streaming my payment to them when the next YouTube payday, which is the 21st of this month. And I will be live streaming the donation that because we did a telethon here, and I just, for full transparency, I want to show you guys that the money is going to them. So I will do it again live, and I am matching it, so it's $1,200 that's going to the Peter Mayhew Foundation. Thanks to all of you guys in the Fandom Menace, because you're awesome. Matthew Van Holten, thank you for the $1 donation. I appreciate it. David Tarr, thank you for the 99-cent donation. I truly appreciate it. The Rookie Critic for $2, just checking. Are we still good for tomorrow? Yes, we are good for tomorrow. Let's firm up the time again, because honestly, I can't think of it on the top of my head, but I'm pretty free tomorrow. So DM me when we're done here at Rookie Critic, and yeah, we're good. We're good. I will be on your channel tomorrow. I will be on the Rookie Critics channel tomorrow. Okay, we're going to get back to the chat here real quick. Congrats on 100. Congrats on 100K. You definitely get out of life what you put into it, and you put a lot in. So well done. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Life is, God, do I want to get too deep on this? Life is something that I almost lost a couple of times. So I'm very grateful to have it be here. Bye-bye. We had a sit-in friend here who was observing. Bye, Tanya. Hi. Who was observing the beginnings of a live stream. She wants to figure out YouTube. It's my tattoo artist, Tanya Nix. You didn't see her, but she's brilliant. She's going to be starting a channel, and she wanted to kind of see how the things, how you set up a live stream and stuff. So yeah, we had a little guest there for a minute, but she has to go now. Go be Tanya. She's got a brilliant German accent. She's awesome. Yeah. Okay. So, first annual Snowflame Memorial Stream for Addiction Recovery. Oh, Dr. Meatball, I love that idea. I actually love that idea. That is so great. Somebody brought up in the chat earlier, and we're going to do this, and I'm going to try to get guests on dramatic readings of the Unicorn Store script by YouTubers. Does that not sound great? That sounds great. So I think we're going to do that Friday. We'll see who I can bring in. Bye, Tanya. I'm going to be, Logan, lock the door behind her, please. Yeah, he can do it. Sorry, folks, living life here. But I think we can get, and I am going to be sending a link out to a couple of YouTubers here in a second. I just want to get things rolling here. Terminator Dark Fate. This time they kill off the paying audience. Yes, Kiss. Well, there's a spoiler out there that I won't say what it is, but it fundamentally, it makes me not want to watch the movie at all. I am going to watch it to review it because I think it's going to be a complete crap. It's going to be nothing but a woke, nothing but a complete woke, making a woke out of the Terminator. So the Herminator, what's a good, instead of Dark Fate, we'll say woke bait. The Herminator woke bait will be out later this year, and we will eviscerate it with a scalpel and then blunt instruments after that. We need to get Doomcock to 100K. Yes, we do. Rogue Jedi. I am for that 100%. What needs to happen is YouTube needs to recommend him more. And it's nothing I don't think he's doing wrong, to be honest with you. I think his content is great. So I think it's just the algorithm. I think he's caught in a tough place. He'll get there. He's going to get there. I think the name Doomcock might prevent him, but he cannot change that name. The name is too goddamn good. It's worth waiting for. He'll get there, and then he can transcend YouTube as Doomcock. So yeah, I would never change that name. Now, like Overlord DVD as the channel name is great. I think that works great. I mean, he knows what's best for him. He does. And I mean, yeah. Isn't Autism Speaks abusive? The term, I don't know. No, I think no, I don't think so. But well, who knows? I mean, with today's culture, Flake 452, yeah, probably. I don't know. Dark Phoenix reviews in the UK papers. I think Express or Guardian called it exhausting. Maybe we can read some reviews. They're out. It's got 21% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got 21%. I wonder what happens if you release a video while you're live streaming. Is that bad for the algorithm? Huh. I'm wondering. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. So I've done it before, but that was, okay. So let's go back in time. Let's see if I can figure out a way. Yeah, that I should have done this beforehand. I'll do it on Friday. I'll show you guys like where on September. When did Stan Lee die? September 19th. September 19th. Yeah, September 19th. So I was at 5,000 subscribers on September 19th. Unfortunately, Stan Lee died that day, and we had a big live stream, but it was right after that, and then Doctor Who came out. So, it took me 4 years to get to 1,000, and then I was very happy to be at that, and then by what was it, March, when the Expanse came out, I was at like 3,500, and then by September I was at 5,000 or 6,000. So since September, which is like, how long ago was it? 9 months, 7, 8 months. Yeah, I've gotten about 94,000 subscribers, and that was thanks to Doctor Who, Dave Cullen, a lot of shout outs from Jeremy, Geeks and Gamers, and Jeff, World Class Bullshitters, EBS, all the great people in the Phantom Menace. And yeah, and then here we are after Game of Thrones, like absolute was nuts. That was a crazy month. Mauler shouting out, coming on the channel. Speaking of which, where are my headphones? Damn it. I'm gonna have to get my headphones. I'm gonna have to get up and get those in a second. But let's go back to the super chats here. Svi Lebetkin, what's up? 1999. Hail, Gary. Congrats on 100,000 subs. So happy you got my comic, but still really want to talk. Yeah, I got you, man. But I just returned from Contact in the Desert. Was it night before last? And then actually, no. Yeah. So I returned Monday. Then I recorded a video till 4:30 in the morning. It was my kid's last day of school. I was guest on the High Council. So, I mean, I haven't even checked my email yet, to be honest with you. And that'll probably not happen until tomorrow. I'm not completely settled yet. I haven't unpacked my bag yet, but gotcha. Promise it's a conversation you'll want to have. Sent you my phone number via Facebook, Patreon, email, astral projection, and smoke signals. Gotcha. Thank you. Leslie Russell, stay on me, but I'll get to you eventually. Leslie Russell, $1.99. Congrats. Thank you. Truckin' Bear, thank you for the $1. And again, Leslie, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. And congratulations. I appreciate it. I don't mean to rush past that. Truckin' Bear, $1. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate it. Bradman for $2. He says, congrats. I appreciate it. Thank you, Bradman. You man. All right. Make a charity for Dynamite and Vampirella. We could definitely I could link that now. We can talk about that right now, because that's basically that's a Fandom Menace Comics Gate backed comic book. And the reason we're backing this comic book is because Christopher Priest did not bend the knee to some SJW journalist who was forcing him to say something he didn't want to say. He was forcing him to say that there something about to do with two genders. And I think Christopher Priest just said, and I don't want to speak for him. I think it was, they were trying to force him to say, if I'm wrong on this, I apologize, that there's more than two genders. And Christopher Priest said, no, I'll say what I want to say and don't tell me what to say. My thoughts on this, the whole gender, transgender, all that stuff. You do what you want, do whatever makes you happy. I have no problem with it. I think that's very much a live and let live principle, a libertarian principle. Like, let people, as long as you're not hurting anybody, Don't want the government telling me what to do. I don't want people telling me what to do. I'm not an ist or a obe or anything political. I am an individualist. And my philosophy is I won't tell you what to do. You won't tell me what to do, and we'll be cool all day long on a personal level. I mean, I'll tell a company what to do with unsolicited advice because what the hell, I have an opinion, but I don't expect them to listen. That's part of it. But as far as an individual is concerned, do what you like. I don't care. Just don't tell me how to talk. And if you want me to address you a certain way, if you ask nicely, I have no problem whatsoever. I will address you whichever way you like. But when you start forcing me to say things and forcing me to do things, it's just a natural reaction for me to go, F you. No. So, and I think that's a natural reaction for most people. I think if, we're talking about this big kerfuffle is over a minute population on the planet. And I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. But if you personally want to dress the way you want to dress, or be whatever you want to be and identify, great, go for it. No problem. It's just I think the vast majority of people out there who like to do these things don't like to broadcast it. I think it's a very few. It's a minority. It's a vocal minority stirring up a bunch of trouble. And Christopher Priest did not bend the knee to this. And he said, hell no, I'm going to say it and do what I want to do. So we want to support that. I don't know how Christopher Priest, I don't know if he knows about Comicsgate or whatever. I don't know. But we're backing his book because we want to help out Nick Verrucci, who runs Dynamite and is kind of taking this stuff on quietly, and we want to support that. And I guess it had record numbers. EVS pointed out it's 60,000, which is great for a Vampirella comic. So I will look up the link, or if one of my fine wrenches out there can pop up the link in the chat, I will be buying 4 copies. So just to support this. And I think it's important. I think it's very important to send a message out there that this is an economic group of people that you don't want to ignore. So maybe you want to put things back in the middle again so everybody can come. We talk about chairs at the table and people coming into the table. Well, right now there's a lot of people who feel like they don't have a chair at the table, and it's not the people you think. Sorry, soapbox off. Here we go. Do something for the doggos, says Lily Kate Buggins. Yeah, I love the doggos. And, I like cats too. Animals are great. They're great. They also taste great too. I mean, I'm not going to lie. They do. I had a tasty animal last night. Berserker Pride, X-Men. Oh, I think I'm going to have to change my title. Berserker Pride, you get full credit. The X-Men, like ex-wife. That's what they can call them, the ex-wives. Woo! Oh man, the uncanny ex-wives. That is terrible. Okay, $1 retracted. I don't know why it was retracted. I'm sorry if it was. I'm sorry if that was YouTube. YouTube doesn't like anything salty in the super chats, and they automatically, so you can't like I don't even think you could say like shit in the super chat for some reason. Rhino 4563 for $2. Gary annoying Richard Simmons voice. Yeah, that's okay. It's not annoying. It's not. I love Richard Simmons when he was on Howard Stern. God, that was funny. Good days. Howard Stern, what a complete sellout that dude is. What a complete turd he turned out to be. So, I mean, one of the biggest disappointments I've ever had in an entertainer, in an individual entertainer, somebody who I respected and liked, and it turns out it was all a phony act. Like a lot of, remember when people accused him of that? He's all, no, I'm real. And all his audience would back him. And then it just turns out that, you know what? People like Bobcat were right when they were taking him on and calling him a big phony. They were right. It sucks. Catherine Gillanis for $1. Thank you, Catherine, for the $1 super chat. I greatly appreciate it. Sorry if I butchered the last name. Apologies. Mr. Roboto, Gary, you're back. What swag and booty have you will you bring us? Well, not much. Like a contact in the desert. I got a couple shirts. I got some I got some speeches that I'm going to put on my Patreon. I don't know if I'm allowed to or not, but I'm gonna anyway. I paid for the DVD. I'm not like you're not going to be able to download them, but you will be able to watch them. So I have 3 lectures that I'm going to put on my Patreon this week for my patrons because I haven't done anything for them in a while. So I have a Graham Hancock lecture. I have a Hugh Newman lecture, and that guy Doomcock is into. I'm forgetting his name now. Clyde something or other. I got his lecture, and yeah, that's what you're going to get. As far as swag, I have to read. I hopefully we if we don't have time for toxic mailbag this episode, I will do a toxic mailbag on Nerdrotic Live, and it'll be just because I have a pile of stuff I need to go through, including Svi's comic book, which is amazing. By the way, it's amazing. It's really good. It's like legit. Hiroshi Scorer for 100 Mexican dollars. My friend, thank you. If I remember well, you promised Mrs. Nerdrotic a vacation at 100K. So here you go, a beer for both of you. Cheers. She will drink them both. I do not drink, but she will definitely drink them both. Mrs. Nerdrotic can be quite the lush when she wants to be. And I have no problem with that whatsoever. So the vacation we are taking is over the 4th of July weekend. We are taking a little weekend. There will be I'll pre-record some videos like the day before, so they're still relevant, but there will be no live streams. There will be no videos. There will be zip. I'm going to actually turn off social media completely for 48 hours. I know it's so hard. It's so hard in the first world. It really is. But yeah, her and I are going to go someplace nice and just hang out. David Morris for $2. Did you get my email about GRRM delaying the winds of winter? David, I did. I will respond to you later today. Thank you very much. Please keep the Game of Thrones emails coming. I could still make videos on the subject of season 8 for the rest of the year. Like, no problem. I have enough. Another subject just landed in my lap this morning. Fuck it. I'll do it. I'll make them. Yeah, cool. But I want to do the character video. I think a lot of people have requested that. And please let me know if you want me to do more book related stuff, book related videos. I don't know what specific, but I mean, make make a request. I'll do it. Like we could talk about the Doom of Valeria. I mean, there's tons of channels that do these videos anyway, and they do them very, very well. But I'll just try to do my spin on it. I'm going to do a Euron. So the next 2 character videos will be Jon Snow and Euron Greyjoy. And what I will do is I will link the other videos by other people who may hate my guts. I don't even care. That have done videos on these subjects that I think you should watch as well because they're really good and entertaining. I'm almost sure Preston Jacobs does not like me. We just don't seem like we're politically not we'll just say philosophically aligned on a lot of things. But I love his videos. I freaking love his videos. So, and I like, yeah, he seems like he's all right to me. So, but I can guess that I am probably not his cup of tea. Joey 45X151999, which is fine. Can't be everybody's cup of tea. I got you. Just want to say congratulations on 100K subs. Name 2 favorite movies you would recommend just cuz. Well, I mean, I'm going to try to recommend something that I don't think you've seen. How old are you, Joey? It depends. I mean, like if you're my age, you probably saw every movie I saw. Movies to recommend that you might not have seen that you might love. Okay, so Joey, I'm going to assume you're younger than me and maybe you haven't seen everybody. The Fisher King by Terry Gilliam is one of my all-time favorite movies. Favorite movies. Robert Williams' best movie, Jeff Bridges' best movie. It's gut-wrenching and it's very 90s, but I love it, and it's Terry Gilliam. A movie that you and yeah, I don't know what's been on my brain lately. I would watch Two movies. I mean, just okay. If I'm just going to go off the top of my head, when people say right now, the ones I'm rewatching the most are Big Trouble in Little China and Excalibur. Just watch those. You'll love life. Those are great movies. And that's what I've been watching. But as far as like hidden gem, Romeo's Bleeding, maybe you didn't watch that. That's a great movie. Like anything with the Gary Oldman in it in the 90s is pretty good. I would say it's a pretty solid pick. Safety Not Guaranteed. That's a kind of a new little indie film that I liked quite a bit. And it's about a guy inventing a time machine, and it's got Aubrey Plaza in it, and it's pretty damn cool. I like that movie. Jeff McKelvey for $5. Congratulations on 100K, Gary. What was just a matter of time. Your 100K gift, oh God, Jeff, you didn't have to do that, is on the way, and you may have it tomorrow. Love your channel, and well deserved. Okay, so the word fortunate gets thrown around, and it almost speaks of privilege. And I think when people sometimes they're trying to be humble and like, listen, I'm fortunate to be in the position to be at the time. I guess, I mean, listen, I was born here. I guess I was fortunate to be born in like Southern California at this time. I had no say in the matter, but I guess that's fortune. So that's fortunate. But like, you guys are just as big a part of this. Like, I worked my butt off doing this and dedicated time, and I dedicated time not knowing what was going to happen. I'm pretty much convincing myself that this is a hobby and I love it, and I'm going to keep doing it as long as I'm having fun. And if somebody watches, cool. That was the attitude I have. And I don't really have that attitude anymore because it's become a job. So now it's like, this is a really cool job that I'm going to work really hard at. And I do have some responsibilities to you guys. That's and you know, and I have to abide. I'll try to stretch it as much as I can, but I have to abide by YouTube's rules. But I do have a responsibility to you and my patrons to deliver content, deliver good stuff, deliver some packages, and that is foremost on my mind. But before, it was like, hey, this is fun. I'm going to do it just because it's fun, and it worked out. It's surreal. It's surreal. It still hasn't sunk in. And listen, there's a lot of lists on my Social Blade ranking. I am 173,000. So there's a lot of channels bigger than a lot more than subscribers that I have, more than the subscriber account that I have. So, I mean, I'm trying to keep perspective that like 100,000 is crazy huge. And it was at the time when I had 5,000. But then when you get here and you realize, I was talking to Jeremy yesterday on the High Council, Jeff and Jeremy, thanks for having me on again, that there are channels with 1 million subs that I've never heard of. So like, yeah, it's perspective. It's cool. And I love it. I mean, I feel like I've accomplished something. I'm not going to cry on you. Does it look like I'm getting a silver play button? I asked. So I got the check mark yesterday. Cool. So I was chatting up Anna, who was you get, I guess when you get 100,000, you get to live chat somebody at YouTube. She was really nice. I got to say, it was a very good experience. Got to talk to a lady named Anna. She answered all my questions quickly. She got me the check mark like that. And then I asked her about the silver play button. Got a little bit of a delay. And she's all, well, I'm all, you still passing them out? Yeah. But she basically said, I'm just going to sum up what she said. They only give them to certain channels. They're not going to give them to everybody. And my channel might be a little salty. So I think I'm borderline. And I think that's pretty what she said. She's going to go, we're going to have to see. It's not a definite no, but it wasn't a definite yes. Like Charlie at Emergency Awesome is going to get a silver play button and whatever else you get, because like, you know, he's the kind of channel they want. Me, I don't know. But I'd sure want one. It'd be fun. It'd be fun to get one, but I won't be heartbroken if it doesn't happen. And unfortunately, I will not shed a tear when I get it, because this is very fleeting, um, and it's very dangerous for me to wrap my identity into this channel. It's a fun thing I do. It's a very fun thing. But yeah, Nicholas Horton, $2. Gary, congratulations on reaching 100,000 subs. Thank you very much, Nicholas, and thank you again, Jeff and Joey and Dash Crow for $2. All praise the Game of Thrones suckage for 100,000. Congrats! Yes, we found each other. We did. I think a lot of good came out of it. To be honest with you, I think there's some. I definitely think there's some creators out there. Maybe not Dan and Dave, and maybe not Disney, but there are some people maybe working on Lord of the Rings going, we sure don't want to do a Game of Thrones. Because guess what Game of Thrones is going to be known for now? Forever. The greatest fantasy epic on television? No. The greatest television collapse in history. So from now on, people will go, well, anytime you get an event series or a series that has an overarching story, people will go, well, we don't want to pull a Game of Thrones. I'm already seeing it. It's already out there. I mean, it's like memes, the people, it's like viral videos, memes. Destiny chooses that for you. The people choose that. Nobody can make one, it just happens. It's like choosing your legacy as a creator. What are you known for? Dave Matthews Band. What are they known for? Being this pretentious, folky kind of band from the 90s that I personally could not stand one single note of. I wanted to stink pencils in my ear for that folky, pretentious Counting Crows stuff. And I'm sorry if you like that. I hate that music with the passion of Christ. I hate that music. Yeah, the only thing I don't like worse is pop country. I do like real country, but I digress. What is Dave Matthews Band known for? Dropping a bunch of poop on people. That's what they're known for. Yeah. It's only the epicness of Elvis that he's not known for just dying on the toilet. But I mean, he's kind of known for that, but I mean, he also was also the king of rock and roll. So we don't want to, whether he ripped that off or whatever, he was still the king. Conspiratorium consumer contributor, $2. Congrats on 100K. Please talk about Lord of the Rings someday. I will. What we will do. Well, I'm going to talk about the show a lot. I'm going to cover every piece of news that comes out. I am all over this show. Believe me, all over it. But we could talk about, I was thinking of doing a watch party. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Nerdrotic Live, and it'd be really boring. I mean, you would just be watching me and a timer, and we can all watch it together. I don't know where it's streaming right now, but I wanted to do that, and I want to watch all 3 movies. As a matter of fact, I think that's what Mauler's doing right now. Isn't Mauler doing that today? I think Mauler's doing that right now. Okay, I'm going to jump into the chat if you guys don't mind, real quick. Here we go. Oh man, it jumped up on me. There we go. Have you seen the Swamp Thing pilot? Kind of meh for me after Doom Patrol weirdness. Andrea Metucci. Yes, I watched it last night, and the effects were kind of Stan Winston-y good, like really good. But yeah, well, I can't judge it. I thought it was for a pilot, it was fine. It was good. I thought it was good. I wouldn't say meh. I'd say they amped up the horror elements. But what's hanging over it for me is I know they had 13 episodes written, and they hastily cut off those last 3 episodes and wrote a very fast ending for episode 10. So I know I'm going to get a very unsatisfying, quick ending. And they did it like quick. There's no way they could have fixed it and made it good. So we'll see. I will watch them all. I'm going to review every episode. I was just gone this weekend, but I'm going to review every episode on Nerdrotic Live. But my review of episode 1 is okay. It was pretty good. Um, my fear is, yeah, you know, I don't know if I'll save it for the review. I'll save it for the review. Um, oh, what the hell? So Abby Arcane, I hope they write her. It's hard to tell in the first episode. It seems like it's going to be okay, but I just hope they don't write her as 2019 Whammon of Science. Okay. If they do that, it's going to be boring and tired, because my God, have, somebody should do a video, just pointing out all the women of science that have been presented in genre TV and movies over the last 3 years. It would be a very long video, but it would be pretty funny. And just all the common character traits, like a little sassy, completely smart, almost infallible, smarter than most men, generally of a different color than white. And it'd just be funny to point out, like, all the shows trying to be different, how much the same they are. Hollywood's a funny place. It's a funny, and it's very easy to make fun of, to be honest with you. It's very easy to mock. It's very easy to mock. I can't wait for Legion, says Mary. Yeah, it's June 24th. I can't wait either. That's a damn good show. That's a damn good TV show. Tharies, what's up? £2. Congrats. Love to be on the stream. Like like Mr. Streck, DM me. I will. I will. I want to get Bulls Truck on again very soon. Butch, yeah, you know what, Tharies, email me. DMing on Twitter is just like, it's becoming a little difficult right now. Email me at GaryNerd@nerdrotic.com. Butch Bronston for $2. Congrats on the 100K. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Butch. It's good to see you here. And that's a man's name right there, Butch Bronson. I'm going to take that name and write a character around it. I think Butch Bronson is a hard-edged former cop, who just survived retirement barely, but his old partner got in some trouble with his new partner. His new partner turns out was crooked. So his old partner, who was like 2 years away from retirement, got into a little trouble, and Butch has got to get him out because he got caught up in something with his new partner. And now he's like, Butch, I got caught in this crooked thing, my stupid new partner. And, but then we find out that Butch's partner was crooked all along. And, and Butch has to take on the force, because it turns out, that he barely survived the retirement, but the force wanted to take him out, but they decided that since he survived and they do actually like Butch, that they're going to let him live, but keep an eye on him. But Butch is too much of a stickler for justice, and he could just walk away and let his department go on being crooked, because honestly, they're still doing a lot of good. They're just helping out one cartel, but Butch just can't sleep at night, and he goes after him. There you go. Butch, I just wrote a movie for you. The official Dougie J, $4.99. Congrats on your achievement. A small donation to the Mrs. Nerdrotic Vacation Fund. Thank you very much, Dougie. I appreciate it. And we will talk this weekend, my friend. We will talk. Gustavus Adolphus for 50 Swedish crowns. By God's will and the might, my decree, I hence offer Nerdrotic these crowns for his righteous war. Pray for me as I break the siege at Rain. I will pray for you, Gustavus. I will pray to the gods of sanity. I know they exist somewhere. Thank you, Gustavus. That was epic. I got fired up on that one. Let's see. Liebermeister. Tell me about your mother. $4.99. Congratulations on 100K. How about a husky rescue group as one of your charities? Yeah, we could do multiple. Why don't we do like 4? You know, I mean, it's not like we're going to raise $1 million anyway. So we might as well, we could break it up. and I can pick one of the Husky charities. That'd be awesome. And maybe we could guilt like one of the actors or something into into matching or something. I don't know. Mutated genome for $5. Congrats, Gary. 100K subs is a great milestone. You wouldn't have been able to achieve it if you weren't as good. If you weren't good at this stuff. See you at 200K. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. There's some days where I'll do a video and I go, fucking, that's my stairway to heaven. And it, it does okay. And then there's some I'm like, I can't, and there's but I always put my videos to private first and I watch them and then I hit public. And sometimes, I got my mouse and I'm like, public? We'll see. We'll see. One of them's going to get me one of these days. Sadukar said, thank you for the $5. Sadukar 7th Legion for $2. Charity stream should be Dog Husky charity, mate. Okay. I think we can make it part of it just for Sadukar. Mr. Roboto for $2. Snowflame is not addicted to cocaine. It is his god. There is a difference between addiction and worship, says Mr. Roboto. Destiny Captain is on the bridge for a 99-cent donation. I greatly appreciate it. Frank Palmery. Next step, take over terrestrial radio. Need a Nerdrotic talk show with UFO supernatural content as well. Congrats on the 100K. Terrestrial radio. I could never stop every 15 minutes. That would drive me insane. My thoughts take 15 minutes to formulate. If you want to really call them thoughts, it's more of a stream of consciousness. I don't know if it's an actual thought. I don't know if I've had one in my life, but, that'd be fun. I mean, it'd be totally cool. I would love to guest on a radio. I have, but, I like it here. I like being able to talk for 2 hours straight, 3 hours straight. Destiny Captain, thank you again. Snowflame, what's up? Canadian $5. Congratulations on reaching 100,000. May your future achievements be just as blinding as the source of my powers. Hurrah! Yes, Snowflame. Thank you for the Canadian $5. Now go do a bunch of coke. Okay. Dakota Stanton, $2 as a subscriber at 500. You deserve much more. Thank you, Dakota. And yes, you were around back in the day, which was not that long ago. It was like 2017. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mystic, thank you, Dakota. Mystic Puma at $5. Gary, did you see Nerdrotic Facebook page when I posted about James Bond going woke? Also, the new Doctor Who pics taken by a local paper and filming in UK. Yes and yes. Yes and yes. Videos coming out about one of those things. I will just point out, and I'm going to put it in my one of my predictions for Doctor Who season 12 was you would start seeing a bunch of really familiar stuff from the Tennant era, if not David Tennant himself. Now, of course, we're not going to get David Tennant, and it looks like what the BBC's doing is they are capitulating to the fans, but begrudgingly. So they're going to go, we'll bring in the Jadoon, and if we bring in back any characters, it will only be female characters. So they're bringing back freaking Osgood. Okay, great. Because Osgood is so popular to who? I remember people kind of liking her at the time of the 50th anniversary special. Well, there was a lot of hype around that. That hype has died down. And now Osgood just reminds us of later Capaldi, even worse, not Capaldi's fault, later Moffat era. And we'll say that she is somewhat gender neutral. We'll just say that. That's why they're bringing her back. And then they're talking about bringing back Billie Piper, which is great, but not great. No, I don't want Rose being besmirched in this faux Doctor Who, just to bring back some fans. So it's a very backhanded way to bring back fans. Plus, Chris Chibnall's writing this. These are the same writers. Well, not all the same writers. Not all. But mostly the same. So we're talking political playwrights, the same people who brought us the garbage of last year. So what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same things and expecting different results. So we're going to get the Jadoon. So what? Big deal. The Jadoon, I didn't watch an episode. The Jadoon were kind of a joke. They were kind of a joke. They weren't a serious villain. And yeah, and I've got one right here. I just happen to have Jadoon laying around. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. The season 12 will probably be Doctor Who's last, unless they again fundamentally change the show. Jodie and Chris leave, and then it's 2 years until we get a new creative team. My guess it'll be a black male Doctor, which is fine. That's honestly, if you want to play identity politics, that's what they should have done in the first place. And there's a lot of people who want the God, I can't remember his name. Listen, I don't care. I don't care. As long as we get over this woke. And if you want to have a female Time Lord, create a new character, build her up from scratch, show her the same respect you show a man, stick with the series, bring on the top writers, don't fill it full of politics and just tell Doctor Who stories, kind of like the Sarah Jane adventures. And of course, it's the UK, it's BBC, it's London. They're going to try to sneak in whatever they can. And if it's like little bits here and there, if it makes the story work or it's allegory, I don't give a shit. But when it's heavy handed, agenda driven, social engineering, and we're using Doctor Who as a platform and not really a thing to entertain, which they're not anymore. And yeah, the entertainment is purely superficial, and it's thinly layered over steaming hot pile of politics. So yeah, boring, absolutely boring. And that was the worst offense of the Jodie Whittaker era. It was utterly boring. There was no stakes ever. Nobody ever felt in danger. And you had ridiculous situations. Okay. Freaking, I don't want to get into it. I don't want to get into it. The blind girl, instead of using a stunt double, they actually had her running down a hallway. So they had, it just looked like a high school play. And, listen, I'm glad she was in she did an okay job, but just get a stunt double. So we're still not taken out of the story, because you don't want her to make feel bad because you're replacing her with a stunt double because she can't run or something. Of course she can't run down a hallway. She can't see, of course, but they probably didn't want to shame her. And it's no shame. It's no shame. It's like, I can't see. I could probably run into a wall. I wouldn't feel shamed about that. It's like, yeah, I can see, and if I take my glasses, I'll probably run into a wall. Yeah, but Graham's wife, climbing around a freaking crane. It was just dumb. It was just dumb. Mary Ashby, thank you for the $1. I greatly appreciate it. You should not be donating here. You do enough work. Mystic Puma, $5. Thank you again for £5, by the way. Logan Michael, Anti Funko Pops, $2.99. Congrats on 100K. Funko Pops are mega gay. Yes, I'm not a fan of Funko Pops, although I did sell a lot. Logan Michael, Anti Funko Pops. But I do understand what they represent, which is everything wrong with geekdom right now. Disposable. You've seen the unpainted ones, right, Logan? The ones they used to sell, the unpainted ones, which look a lot like all the painted ones, because it's the same body with just a different generic paint job, and it's not a real action figure. Iru for 10 pounds. Thank you. Best of luck to you. Thank you, Iru. I greatly appreciate it. Nathan O'Brien for $5. Congrats on 100K from me and my doggo. Don't forget to pet your doggo, everybody. Does this mean you get a YouTube play button trophy? Maybe. I got a maybe, but not likely. Although they gave one to the guy who cried. And at the time, was he I mean, I haven't watched a ton of them. I don't know. Was he ever controversial? Probably not, but maybe. Young Ripa got one, but he deserves one. That's good. Pamela Lynn for $5. I have a Logan 2. I also have a Remy, 2 kids named after X-Men, and we aren't going to see Dark Phoenix. Pamela Lynn, bless you, $5. Let's go real quick to the dark. This is a preview of my next, I put it in my next video, but please watch it anyway. So we're going to go to Fandango. There's a preview showing tomorrow night. By the way, I'm in San Francisco, California, the 4th largest media market in the United States of America. There's upwards around 10 million people in the Bay Area between Oakland, Berkeley, San Jose, San Francisco, Daly City, and surrounding area. It's pretty big area, but still we got a lot of juice in the media market up here. There's a lot of freaking people up here surrounding a very large, stinky green body of water called the San Francisco Bay. Dark Phoenix opens at 7 o'clock tomorrow, local time. And tickets are for sale. Reserve seating for Dolby. We're going to take a look. Now, I did buy tickets for tomorrow at 7 p.m. And at the time, I was on the High Council. 16 tickets had sold. It opens tomorrow, by the way. It's a Marvel film, and 16 tickets had sold for this theater. We're going to go. Now, I checked for my video, which I recorded about 2 hours ago before this. 24 tickets had sold to that event. So we're going to check again live. We're going to check again right here at the theater I'm going to. Oh, shit. I was almost ready there. There we go. We're going to pick one. So you guys can see that, right? So all the gray is tickets sold. So those 3 right here, that's me, Mrs. Nerdrotic, and Nerdrotic Jr. So I bought those yesterday. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. 1 ticket is sold in the last 2 hours. 25 tickets in, God, that's a lot. We'll just say, how many people are in that theater? 200-300, maybe 400, maybe 500. This is the reserve seating, but we're in the Bay Area. We can afford this. But 1 ticket is $14.50 with a $1.70 surcharge and taxes. So it's $16.20 for 3 of us to go. It was $45.50. But again, it's reserved seating. The seats are very comfortable. The theater is fantastic. The screen is great. The sound is great. It's at a giant megaplex called, it's technically in Daly City, but it's right next to San Francisco. Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. But I did sign up so I can officially review it. I will be live right after I watch that. Listen, it's going to be a giant turd. A giant turd. So you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, it's basically Professor X is an asshole. That's it. They just wanted to make the white patriarchal dude look bad. So Charles, who has been kind of a protagonist in this, is basically going to be the bad guy of the story. And you saw a little bit of it in that scene. Honestly, one of the main reasons I watch the X-Men films, the one thing that they've done right is Charles Xavier. So they're going to deconstruct him because of 2019 Time's Up Me Too politics and the women, and we're going to need to call it X-Women. And by the way, I know somebody else just dropped a video and a couple. I've got my own take on this because there's an interview out there that was brought to me by one of the great people on Twitter, and I guess another YouTuber has covered it. I did watch that YouTuber's video. Unfortunately, it's not a YouTuber I can recommend for obvious reasons. Nothing against that YouTuber personally, but the YouTuber kind of broke one of the cardinal rules around here. One of the unwritten rules of YouTubers is we don't flag each other. We just simply don't do it. Now, we had a recent incident within the Fandom Menace, but that person came correct immediately and humbly apologized. and that is okay. Mistakes are made, and I don't think she was super aware of like how bad that is. So, and if the other person had done an apology like that, I think it would have been a lot better, but that's not what happened. And whatever. Again, that person has never done anything to me personally, so I've got nothing personal like against that person. People make mistakes. I understand that, but can't recommend it. Nope, can't. Sorry. Um, but that person had an interesting take that it might be another shot in a culture war. Well, people have to actually care and watch about the movie, so I don't think so. I think Disney wants that very, very much. I think Disney might have come in at the 11th hour and go, let's stir up a little controversy here so we get some butts in the seats. What I will call a Captain Marvel. Because Captain Marvel, if there wasn't any controversy, I think I don't know if it would have performed as well. Yeah, I certainly will admit we might have helped it a little bit. Well, it was mutually beneficial for sure, but that's was not my intention. I'm actually worried about the MCU because I've seen what's happened to Marvel Comics. Now, MCU is certainly going down the woke highway. It's pretty undeniable. Some people might deny it. You might disagree, and that's okay. We disagree with each other once in a while, but to me, it's definitely going woke. Well, I think we have an answer as to why and who was behind it. That's my next video. I'm not going to say that person's 100% responsible, and I'm not going to say that a true wokeness is behind it. I think with all things, there's a lot of answers. There's a lot of factors. I think the main one is money for a company going woke. The main one is money. But it's also to score what they perceive as social currency, woke points, virtue signal. And it's also like big monolithic companies in Hollywood are always a good 2 to 3 years behind on the trends because that's where trends go to die. And because it's getting dialed up to an astonishingly embarrassing level to where it's like I actually feel embarrassed for these people when I see these woke ads and stuff like that. I think it could be crashing and burning, coming to an end within entertainment. Now, as far as the other bigger picture stuff that Dave Cullen covers, not so sure about that, but we'll see. We'll see. I have an idea for a live stream that I'd like Dave Cullen to be a part of, and other people. Stay tuned. Okay, so what was I doing? I was going to Rotten Tomatoes. That's what I was doing, and then I'll get back to the chat real quick. Dark Phoenix. Let's read a couple Dark Phoenix reviews. Shall we? Shall we? I'll be right back to the chat there. Un momento, por favor. Okay. Now, listen, these are critics. Some of these critics are legit. Mick LaSalle, not Nick. Mick LaSalle from the San Francisco Chronicle is not a shill. That is a dying breed. He is the last of the great critics. I totally disagree with him on some stuff. And yes, he's a pretentious movie critic. But God, considering the critics we've gotten lately, please give me old school pretentious Rex Reed movie critic again. And Mick LaSalle is it. So, and he liked it. So again, I totally disagree. At all points in the story, Turner is focused on the character's mental state, on her pain, anger, confusion, grief, and terror. It makes for a different kind of X-Men movie, one of the better ones. Wow, Mick, 3 out of 4. Ty Burr. But for a series supposedly dedicated to the pleasure of superhero movies, Dark Phoenix somehow ends up illustrating their limits. Ooh, terrible. So here's the problem I have with Dark Phoenix just at the beginning. The Dark Phoenix saga, to me, is the second greatest story told within Marvel Comics. The first greatest, the greatest is the Elektra saga to me in Daredevil. I think it's much better. That's just me. But I like Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix is the second best. And a lot of people, it's the best. The only way it really works is you actually give a crap about Jean Grey. Now, Jean Grey is a pretty nothing character. There's not a lot to her, but they made her into something in the X-Men comic books and made you like care enough about her where you would feel her loss. Sophie Turner put in a very bland and basic and pretty much terrible performance as as Jean Grey last movie. So much so that I've completely forgotten her performance. I know I watched Apocalypse, but I can't remember much of the movie. It was just forgettable. It's like there was a drug involved with it that makes you forget. Um, so yeah, so to watch her turn and go bad, I'm just gonna go, wow. It's like watching a white piece of paper not get written on, crumpled up and thrown away. You're like, huh, that's exactly how I feel about it. Um, so yeah, I don't care. And honestly, the first class characters, there's really only two left of the X-Men team, and then there's Magneto, there's Professor X, there's Beast, and Mystique, and that's it from first class. And it just seems like a big like every scene looks like it's all because of you, Charles. Charles, you are behind this, Charles. Charles, why are you such a dick? Charles, the man who tried to bring everybody together, gave them a place to live, gave them a safe place to live where people weren't hunting and fearing them. And everybody turns on him because he did a couple of things that morally might be gray to protect their ass, like all dads have to do with their kids once in a while, like all parents. Like nobody listen, everybody, I've been talking very slightly, tells a white lie, cuts a little bit of a corner. Now with Charles, it's probably going to be some forced thing, like he hid Jean's past, she accidentally killed her parents or something like that. A lot like, I don't know, Last Stand and stuff. Sounds like a remake of Last Stand. And yeah, I'm going to be bored to death in this story. I can't wait. Dark Phoenix does little to squelch the sense that it's about time to put a torch to things and boot, or more likely reboot the X-Men back into a 21st century universe. It sounds like this movie was a hot fracking mess. Disney came in and interfered with some reshoots, and it remained a hot mess. This is a Marvel release, folks. I mean, it was on the Marvel channel, live streaming the red carpet. Yeah, it's going to be a turd. So it's at 21%. 99 critics. 21 top. What did the top critics? Here, does it say top critics yet? It doesn't say top critics yet. Okay, well, whatever. Let's get back to the chat. Screw Dark Phoenix. Boring. I think more people are in this chat that are going to see the movie tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Back to the chat. Here we go. Nathan O'Brien, thank you for the $5. And Eru and Bird of Prey 5. Let me tell you about Bird of Prey 5. Bird of Prey 5 is a YouTuber, and I'm sorry to say this publicly, sir. I mean, without your permission, but Anti-Trekker does it all the time. So poor Bird of Prey 5 is due to health that is beyond his control, is unfortunately bedridden, and he makes the best of it. He does live streams, and you are brave, my man, for doing that, and you have a ton of my respect. I hope you get better. I'm not entirely sure what your ailment is, and it's none of my business. I certainly hope you get better. And yeah, thinking about you, man. So thank you for the $5. Congrats on 100K. You give us all hope. Kapla, kapla, Birdo Prey, kapla. Pamela Lynn, thank you again for the $5. The DJD Show, $2. Congratulations, Gary. Keep up the good work. Thank you, the DJD Show. Thank you for your wrench. Thank you for your time. And I appreciate it, my friend. Christy Miller, $2. Congrats on 100K. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Christy. And again, thank you for your wrench and thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate you. And yeah, your t-shirts are late. I hope they get there soon. Mine are late too. Like I only got some stickers. So I'm talking about my Teespring store. They seem to be lagging, but it might, I don't know. But they're kind of, I design the stuff and then they make it and send it out. I'll find out what's going on though. I do have a customer service rep I can talk to. Chris Persia, Canadian $5. What else can I say other than well done? Continue to stand tall and never bend the knee. Oh God, no, never. I'd rather lose my channel. Seriously, not bending the knee. Like I said in the Captain Marvel video 2 videos ago, I will try very hard to abide by most of YouTube's rules because I don't have a problem with them. I will try, like I'm okay with not cussing. But as far as, and listen, I won't talk anything about, I will never get into anything gratuitously sexual or violent here ever. But ideas, thoughts, opinions, I'm not going to hold back on those. So if those get me in trouble, then so be it. So be it. Juan Day Off for £5. Your thoughts about Ivan Ortega re-edit of Star Wars Episode 8. I love it. I love Ivan's work a lot. Ivan is, again, a treasure to the fandom menace. He is the hardest working Mexican I know outside of California, which is actually a lot, to be honest with you. But Ivan's awesome. Ivan's awesome. He's helpful. He's very helpful. Bear, Nerd Fun. Thank you for the $1 donation. I greatly appreciate it. Scott Howe, $2. Congrats on 100K. Thank you, Scott. David Morris, £2. Comic Book Girl 19's Dark Phoenix Saga vids are sick. They really are. They really are. I miss her off YouTube. I do. And honestly, I watched her. Sorry, I'm having a little. I have a TARDIS carpet down here. It's folding up under my chair. But Comic Book Girl 19. It's like Playboy. I watch her for the information. I don't care about her cosplay stuff and all that. I actually like her comic book reviews and her thoughts on comic books. I don't agree with her on everything, but yeah, she's overdoing the Twitch thing now, I guess. And does she do YouTube? I'm still subscribed to her. I just don't see a lot of her videos come across. I don't know why. But no, she's like like old school YouTube. She's good. She's good. On comic books. Nicholas Horton, £5. Did you see Jeremy's video on Dark Phoenix about Jennifer Lawrence? I saw no, but I mean, we talked about it on the High Council last night about what she said. I'm doing that's my next video. It's coming out. I have a little bit of a different take, or maybe not. Maybe Jeremy and I have the exact same take, but it's my video, so it's coming out. Or maybe I did. I know he did 3 at 3 in the morning. I was sleeping. What did I watch? Or maybe I did watch that one. I watched 2 of the 3 in the gym today. I usually watch every single Geeks and Game. Jeremy, I watch almost every one of your videos unless I accidentally miss one. Even the ones Josiah does. No, I'm just kidding, Josiah. I watch your videos too. And even the ones Jesse does too. Actually, those are kind of my favorite. But Mary Ashmead for $2. Congrats, Gary. I'm always so proud of you at 100K. Well, thank you. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. JPRPH1 for $9.99. Congratulations on 100K. I have been enjoying the channel and especially been enjoying the live Blue Nerdrotic station as well. Yes. I'm glad you like that one. That one's fun. I have a lot of fun over there. Thanks for the Doom Patrol coverage and other content there. You are quite welcome. So there is a Blue Nerdrotic. It's Nerdrotic Live. It's my secondary channel that I created when I got a copyright strike and couldn't live stream for like 48 hours. And it got fixed. So that one allows me to not worry about the algorithm. So most everything I do there will be live, and that's where I'll put the UFO and the Exozone and review TV shows that like the algorithm. Well, I mean, honestly, I'm going to review Good Omens here because I like it so far. I haven't watched the rest of it, so I don't know. But like Doom Patrol and Swamp Thing, I'm going to review over on Nerdrotic Blue. I guess we're going to call it Nerdrotic or Blue Nerdrotic, which is Nerdrotic Live. You're welcome to subscribe if you like. I will be doing my first Swamp Thing review tomorrow for episode 1, and then Friday I'll do episode 2. And again, quick review. I thought it was okay. I thought Swamp Thing episode 1 was okay. It was a pilot. It was definitely a pilot. A lot of information thrown in, a lot of characters like telling like people don't naturally go, "Hi, I'm a scientist with a background in, radiology and biology, and have a MDA and my MBNA and, PDQ and whatever." Like, people don't naturally talk like that. Well, except here in San Francisco. They talk like that. But yeah. Bob the Bruce for 229. Congrats. Sorry. My notifications are going off. Bob the Bruce 229. Congrats on 100K. Sold my Game of Thrones Blu-rays. Bob, I need to do that too. But maybe I should, you know what I'll do is I will make them part of the charity thing on Friday. I will donate them or something. I'll figure out like some way to get some money for them and then donate that money. Let's do something good with it. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. And good for you, Bob. Thank you for the 229, 32 pounds 29. Brett Baratheon for 499. Gary, I am so fracking proud of you. And to be a sub of this channel. Wow, cool. That is awesome to hear. Thank you. You bring to the fandom what has been missing. Thanks for the Expanse, Mauler, and Doomcock. Oh, you're welcome. And honestly, like Mauler, let's give it up for Mauler. A little round of applause. By the way, I'm gonna try to invite him in here. I know he's doing something right now, but I said I would invite him. I just got to find my headphones. So give me a few minutes. I don't know if he could make it, but I'll send out an invite. And Doomcock's awesome. Yeah. Those are two great YouTubers along with Jeremy and Jeff and EVS and Anna and Jesse and John Talks and Tom and Rob at Midnight's Edge and Mecha Random and all, Mary Mayhem, proper Jeremy. I'll just say proper Jeremy, Rookie Critic, Black Angus Reviews, a lot of good channels. Tharies is out there. My boy Bulls Trek. Yeah, who I'm going to try to get on very soon. You are welcome, Brett. Liam Hodgetts for £2, 100,000 subs. Woohoo! I know. I did live record when it happened. I'll show that to you someday. Seagulls Gather for £5. I demand a tier. There are things are so mundane without them. Yeah, no, I can't do it. It's just a difference. Listen, there's nothing wrong with like getting emotional about an achievement. Okay, we've all done it. And it all depends on your life experience, honestly. It would be like, if I got, listen, I got to 100,000 because of you guys, and I did some hard work, and it feels like a great accomplishment, as did owning a comic book store, as did watching a kid get born. I mean, nothing beats that. Okay. As did, like marrying Melissa. It's like a lot of accomplishments, a lot of epic failures, like unbelievable. Equal to the accomplishment, maybe surpassing, are the failures that were catastrophically bad failures. And I try to measure those. So for me to get emotional about it, I can't, because I'm already pretty happy. I know some people don't. What was I called? A hate-filled lunatic in Robert Meyer Burnett's live stream. It wasn't Robert Meyer Burnett did not say that. It was just somebody in his live stream. I don't want to associate with. I know Robert Meyer Burnett is a co-host with John Campea, who I'm not a fan of at all. But I like Robert Meyer Burnett. I like his solo live streams. I think they're pretty He's pretty even keel. He's pretty good. We don't agree on everything, but he seems like a dude you could definitely sit down and have a good nerd conversation with. That's all I ever ask. I don't need to agree with him. So I'm going to definitely try to get him on because I like him. But somebody in his live stream called me a hate-filled lunatic. It's like, listen, okay, I'm lunatic, sure. Why? No problem. I won't argue with you there. But hate-filled, no. Dislike-filled sometimes. Dislike-filled. But once I'm done venting about a video, I'm pretty done until something else pops up. But it's genuine. It's genuine. The one thing, I don't want to bring a lot of negative attention to this person. This person wants attention. Okay, and that's fine. But I did observe the video about like I said, I watched it. I definitely, somebody sent me the article on the statement made in the X Dark Phoenix trailer and how it mirrored a statement from Victoria Alonso from Marvel in an interview. Somebody sent that to me, and then I noticed there was a video on it. So before I did anything, I watched that other person's video because I don't want to say the same thing. And well, considering me and that person, we're not going to say the same thing. And that's not a dig at that person. We're just two different people. And I was curious to see what that person thought. So I saw it. I thought for the most part, it was a good video. I think towards the end, it gets a little disingenuous when it talks about what media offline, the video I just did about Ashley Taylor. At the end of both of their videos, they talk about hate. Well, the other person doesn't say hate merchants, but they allude to bad actors using this information as a weapon in the culture war. Well, certainly that's why you're bringing it up, this person. You're bringing it up to stoke the flames in the culture war. I will certainly talk about this because it's a very interesting subject to see a producer from Marvel speak the same lines that Jennifer Lawrence did in X-Men Dark Phoenix, which were, by the way, women are saving the men's ass all the time. It should be called the X-Women. Now, I have joked for years. I'm talking back to the 90s. 80s about them dropping the gender specific names and going with Spider Person and the X people. Chances are, here's a prediction right now. They will no longer be called the X-Men. They will be called X Factor, X Force. They will not be called the X-Men. I think it's fucking terrible idea. I think it's stupid, but they're running it at the flagpole. I can't guarantee that's going to happen. Hopefully some sanity will come, but it's being thought about. Don't doubt that for a moment. Okay. It's being thought about. You know how it relates to the Doctor Who Christmas special? It's about something so fucking obvious, but people don't, I cussed, but people don't want to see it. And it's just like, I don't understand this, but that's life. So the Doctor Who does not have a Christmas special anymore, nor will it. Okay. It'll have a holiday special, but they will not do the Christmas special because it's a specific religious holiday that they don't want to be associated with anymore because they're so politically correct that their farts don't smell to them anymore. All right. And they also want to, and they do it under the guise of distributing stuff internationally. Although all the Christmas specials from the previous Doctor Who have done just fine. Nobody cares, but they do. So, and when I brought that up before, the people have tried to put words in my mouth saying, like the Muslims would have a problem with it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the BBC thinks the Muslims will have a problem with it. And honestly, I don't think they would, because the vast majority of them are religious. So they'll respect a religious holiday or not give a shit, like most people who don't give a shit and just want to be entertained. But we're not going to get a Christmas special, which is fine, because if it's Jodie Whittaker, it'll just ruin my Christmas anyway. So I can watch good Doctor Who on Christmas and they can go F up another holiday like New Year's. And we'll only have to worry about it one more year because Jodie will be gone, in my opinion, but they've not refuted that statement. So with this stoking the flames of a culture war, the reason they're going to get rid of the gender specific name is for obvious reasons. They're trying to, look at Hollywood. They're trying to blend it. They're trying to make it androgynous. Why? Because it's a trend. It's a goddamn fashion trend. It's also a faux political statement. Girls can do anything boys can do. And for the most part, yes, except for bench press 350 pounds and fight in wars in the trenches. I mean, they could if they want to, but I mean, fine, go ahead if you really want to. But and I suggest that the next war be female led. By the way, all female war next time, and dudes can sit this one out. Um, but I'm seriously, it's just getting ridiculous, and it's this bullshit, superficial Hollywood and BBC crap. It's elitist crap. That's all it is. And listen, sometimes the elitists bring us some good entertainment, and I'm very happy. I miss those days when it was just coke fueled producers making crazy. I got it. I don't want to. I live for today, but God, I miss the '80s action movies so much, which were made by coke fueled producers. God, can we get them back? Can somebody ship a bunch of cocaine to Hollywood and bring back the coke fueled producer? You know what? We need some female coke fueled producers too. Let's spread the love. But yeah, I miss those days. Right now we've got a bunch of pretentious poly sci fucking majors there. I'll make a video for the people. I mean, there's been videos made on it, okay, and but I'll try to make one for my subs. I sometimes I resist doing videos because there's been so many made, and I figured that it's been said, but some people might not have seen that stuff. So I'll try to do it with respect to the other people who've made videos. And it's about Sana Amanad from Marvel Comics, and how she is. If we tell her story, it kind of tells the story of what's going on in Hollywood right now, which is turning something into something it isn't. So she wants to turn Marvel Comics into a lifestyle brand, kind of like Harley Davidson. Like it's not really about the motorcycles anymore. It's about the leather jackets and the coffee cups and shit like that. And that's certainly where Marvel's going. And I think it's kind of done. I think that deed is done. I don't think we can do much about it. But I digress. I will go back to the super chats. Tuckbone, buy a fifth copy of that Vampirella comic on me. Definitely a cause I can get behind. Here's to the hopeful return of escapism. Tuckbone, can you guys just wait a second here? And let's go to Dynamite Entertainment. Okay. Let's try to find Vampirella #1. Again, I would, if you have the money, if you do not have the money, please don't do this, and just show support. You know what? You can show support by tweeting it, just sharing it on your social media. So if you can't afford Vampirella #1, if you could please, I'm asking, could you spread the word on it? Just get people to buy it, because it's kind of a win for Comicsgate, and we want to do that because Comicsgate has been besmirched and dragged through the mud, and it is not what some say it is. It is not. It is a consumer movement. It is a grassroots movement to bring comic books back into the middle, to being entertainment. And sure, yes, there are some comics that are right wing within Comicsgate. Great. Yeah, because most of comics are the other side. So if we have a couple from one side, no problem. You could choose not to buy it. But even the people who create those comics are probably in agreement with me that we just kind of want the politics dialed down or showed from a neutral lens, even handed, and just bring back superhero entertainment. But no, if you hear it from some others, they're called Nazis. So much so, it's a meaningless insult now, to be honest with you. Istophobes and Nazis and all those things. Let's go to Vampirella. Uh, 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 uh. That's the archive cover. There's a J. Scott Campbell cover. Oh, that's not the one I was looking for. Oh, vampire. Uh, uh, the one by Christopher Priest. There's Mark Millar's. Oh, that's old. Wow. A trade paperback's huge. Sorry, I get lost in this. Somebody, Chris or Mark, if you're in there, could you find me the link? Because, like, honestly, it's not the easiest site to navigate. I'm putting in Vampirella, I'm getting goddamn everything, and I just want to get this number one by Christopher Priest. Maybe if I just, there's a boys omnibus. Look at that. Oh, I got to show you guys this. Okay, so this is the TV show that's coming out. It's called The Boys. I'm actually in this comic. I think I might be in part one of the omnibus. I don't know how many issues it goes through. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not in this one. I'm in the fourth Boys Omnibus Volume 1 cover edition trade paperback. And it's okay, so it's the two first volumes. I'm in the fourth volume of The Boys, but you can get this for $29.99. It's done by my friend Derek Robertson. It's also written by a guy you may have heard of him, Garth Ennis. He's pretty good. I'm lagging. That's probably lagging because I'm on the stupid. There we go. I got too many windows up. There we go. Thank you, Bill the Cat, for congrats on 100K. If somebody can get me that link, that'd be great, because I'm not going to sit there searching it forever. I'll try it one more time. Vampirella, Christopher Priest on Dynamite. Okay. This might take me to it. So yeah, Bounty in the Comics has reported that it's, oh, dude, there's no link to it here. Come on, Dynamite. I'm going to your interview and there's no damn link to it. Maybe there is in the Bounding in the Comics article. God damn it. Yeah, I can't find the link. Oh, well. Moving on. Yeah, you'd sell more. It's great that they would sell more comics if that shit was easier to find. That's really, yeah. Okay, Mauler is here. Okay, Mauler, hang on. Everybody, hang the hell on. I'll be right. Okay, I'm back. Let's get Mauler on. I'll read some more super chats in a minute. Sorry, this one's kind of fast and loose. I really am pissed that I couldn't get to that link, but somebody will find it for me. Here you go, Mauler. I'm DMing you right now. There we go. So Mauler has the link. Great. Coolness. All right. Real quick, we'll get some super chats here. Thank you for being patient. You guys are beyond brilliant. You're beyond brilliant. So usually there's some structure. Okay, let's not lie. There's not a lot of structure, but yeah. Congrats. Started watching you from Counterpart, says Dan Palm. Awesome. I hate what happened to that show, Dan. That was such a good show. But no, we get 3 seasons of Star Trek Discovery and lose counterpart. Probably that was the best show on TV. It was. Fell victim to some certain stuff, but like, goddamn, J.K. Simmons, genius.
Hello there.
Mauler, hang
How do you
on.
do?
Make sure my volume is up. I see you talking, but I can't hear you. Hang on.
Oh dear.
Wait. Say something again.
How are you, sir?
You're buzzing. Hang on.
Oh.
That's me. It's not you. Hang on. I'll get it fixed up. Hold on, folks. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to fix my settings here.
And apparently the chat can hear me. Neat.
Try it again.
Hello.
You sound like a. This is me again. You sound like a buzzsaw in my.
Oh, like a robot.
Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna turn.
Am I still on the stream? Oh, I am. How fascinating. Hello there. While he's gone, I shall entertain you and talk about comics. So, how about them comics?
God, I hope my my mic isn't jacked up. Hang on. Say something now.
Hello.
Jesus, hang on.
I'm in permanent robot mode, potentially. I feel bad now. I've totally ruined the stream by being here.
There we go. Say something now.
Hello.
That's better. Okay.
Hey.
It was my headphones. There you go. That sucks. Well, it's what I'm a cheap ass. I don't have good headphones. Oh, hi. How's it going?
Good. How's it going, Mr. 100K?
Oh, it's going good. I'm having fun. I'm having lots of
Excellent.
fun. How are you, Mr. 200K?
I've been working still on my Game of Thrones video, plodding along. But me, Wolf, and Rags got together today to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy, and we're between Two Towers and Return of the King right now. It's like my free moment to
brilliant.
And
chat. You're liking it, I'm assuming?
Oh, of course. I fucking love those. They're like my favorites.
Okay, see, that's why I like you. That's my favorite trilogy. It's my favorite thing in the world. Is those movies.
We're actually watching it as a sort of recovery from what happened recently with the TV show. You may be aware of it. It's called Game of Thrones. I don't know. You familiar with that one?
Featuring Sophie Turner, the fine actress Sophie Turner.
I thought it was fake. I thought that trailer was fake. I was like, "There's no way she said that. That's a goof. That's someone's fucking with me." And I was like, "Oh my god, it's real."
It was real. I know. I thought when somebody brought it up to me, I'm like, "Shut up," and it just shows you how comically bad things have gotten. And Hollywood does this. They drive trends into the ground, and they're stupid. And but this is like X-Men could set the superhero film back quite some like a decade. If anybody sees it, which I don't think anybody's going to see it. So
yeah, actually, because I've had your stream up on mute, and I saw you were looking at the bookings for it. I've booked my tickets for tomorrow. I'm seeing it specifically, ironically, like I'm watching it with a friend because we want to see how bad it is.
Yep.
And yeah, when I went to book, I was the first 2 tickets of that showing on the first day it's released. I was like, oh,
damn. So
or second day. I think it was released tomorrow in
It's
Britain. I'm not
released
sure.
tomorrow. Well, yeah, I guess it's today for you guys. I'm not. Well, no, it's still the same day. You're 8 hours, 9. What time is it? 9:30 over you.
Right now it's 10:30.
10:30. Okay, 10:30. So yeah, so you're 9. No, 8 hours ahead. That's great. And it's still today, so it releases tomorrow for you then. And
yeah, I like the idea that more people want to see it ironically right now than genuinely.
oh yeah. I was watching a YouTuber who would be very friendly to well, he's not a YouTuber, he's more of a Twitter guy, Graphic Policy. And this is the kind of guy who would just give it a great review, and he hated it. So I was like, ooh, ugh, that's
how much trouble are we in? Like
we're in serious trouble. No, he said that he went to a special screening, and he said those people who were invited by Fox and Disney were laughing at moments they weren't supposed to laugh at. So
my problem right now is that I need to be working on TFA Part 3, but Game of Thrones has gotten in the way. And if I keep working on Game of Thrones, I imagine this film might get in the way. I'm like, I might want to cover it.
Oh, there's so many things that people request that you cover. Oh God, there was a TV show. I can't remember. I shouldn't even tell you about it because it'd be just a whole rabbit hole for you to go down and get lost in. Yeah, this will be bad enough.
My script for episode 5. I'm not even doing episode 6 of Game of Thrones season 8 yet. My episode 5 script is already up to. It's going to take an hour at least. I haven't even. That's my plot summary is an hour. I haven't even sorted out the analysis yet. So I'm looking at an 1.5-hour video more than likely for one episode.
Oh, that's brilliant. God damn.
There is so much wrong with episode 5. It hurts. Going
really
through it nice and slowly.
Well, no, because like that was the shocking part is the long night, which was plenty bad. Don't get me wrong. It got worse after that. It legit did get worse. The Last of the Starks was terrible. And yeah, episode 5 is probably the worst. I mean, nothing happens in episode 6.
Right. The council meeting part in episode 6 is the part that takes like it's going to take me an hour to break down why it's terrible, like why no one's saying what they should be. But up to then, you could summarize it as Tyrion goes to jail, Jon kills Dany. Okay, Drogon bids the throne for some reason.
And we look around at stuff really slowly. And Arya does nothing, but alludes to doing something, but then does nothing at all. So the Slayer of the Night King. Goddamn Game of Thrones.
I could talk about it all day. It still bothers me. It still gets to me. But yeah, I'll be seeing X-Men tomorrow. When are you going to check it out? Are you going to?
I'm going to see it tomorrow at 7 p.m. my time. So yeah, I'll be late.
I might do a little stream talking about it because I think people want to know what we think.
Oh God, yeah.
Me and my friend.
If you're up when I stream, I will send you the link. I mean, no obligation. But yeah, I'll definitely send you the link, and I know you'll do your own. Now, I want to plug your last. Was it your last EFAP where you were talking about the people?
Oh, we had a trifecta.
Reporter? Yeah,
we had the guy defending Captain Marvel's actions in the deleted scene as completely justified, and he said he would do the same thing himself, if not worse. Then we had the guy saying that the large dwarf in Infinity War was an SJW moment, which is fascinating. And then we had Mundane Matt talking about the 63% of people liked Game of Thrones from a survey that only asked something like 300 that question, and I think 22% responded that they were fans. This is a bizarre survey.
Yeah, it really for one, it's a great way to show how polls are full of shit and don't listen to any of them. And yeah so it was a survey of basically 300 people who correct me if I'm wrong, was that the number of people who were fans or just people who watched the show?
I believe it was in total 2,200 were asked. 300 were asked the question, are you a fan? And 22% of that 300 said yes.
So like 100 people, 75 people said, out of the 75 people, like maybe half of them said they weren't totally offended by the finale, basically. And they tried to extrapolate that into 63% of people.
The funny part is that there was an option for I don't know. I find that very interesting.
I don't know if I'm a fan or if I watched it, or I can't remember if I watched it. Yeah, goddamn. That's the world, though. That's the world for us.
And this is the thing. Like, I feel like you have to ask people who actually care, because to give you an example, right? I watched episode 1 with 2 friends of mine who were like into Game of Thrones, but not hugely into Game of Thrones, and I was still on board with episode 1 of season 8. And do you remember when Danny finds out Sam's surname is Tarly?
Yes.
I was like, oh no, this is good. And the 2 friends I was watching it were like, what? And I was like, she killed his brother and his dad. They were like, when? I was like, season 7? They were like, oh, when? What? And I was like, oh, because they're they're people who are enjoying it casually. And I don't blame them for that. I just, you got to ask the people who are actually paying attention whether or not they had fun, whether or not it was good. Like the survey's not going to be interesting if you ask random people who may not even have watched it.
No, which honestly, what you just described was most Game of Thrones fans, and what you were is kind of like I was in my family. Is you're I think every Game of Thrones viewing with a group of people had to have 1 to 2 experts there to answer all the regular people's questions, like that one, like who were his mom and dad again? Oh, those are the one, or dad and brother. Oh, those are the ones who got burned last season in episode 4. That's the purpose we served. Or we give some book background because the show doesn't give enough background on a character. It was really a fun role to play for a long time with my wife and my wife's parents and stuff.
I fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
But goddamn.
Well, your knowledge becomes counterintuitive towards the end because you're just explaining things that make less sense, and you're like, oh well.
No. Yeah, my next video is I'm gonna get into character stuff just because I'm gonna use the model Dave. I don't know if you're Dave Cullen's awesome YouTuber, and he did this great video called "The Vandalization of Doctor Who," which kind of sums up how I feel about it. I'm gonna do kind of one of those for Jon Snow, just how they and maybe for Euron Greyjoy next, just because those are 2 characters I liked a lot.
Yeah. I can't believe they actually had Jon Snow say "You're my queen" as one of his last lines to Dany again after all the memes. I was like, oh, they're still doing it.
And it must be a meme they know about. Did I tell you this story? I went to Teespring and then another place, the other t-shirt place, to try to make with a semi-generic font that kind of looks like Game of Thrones, but not. You're my queen shirt. That's all it said is "You're my queen." And I didn't put Nerdrotic or anything on it. And I was going to try to sell that shirt, right? And they wouldn't let me do it. Like, just no way. They were like, nope. Now I could go to some private place and have them made, but it was too late. I was trying to get something done quick. Yeah. And Teespring would, I even put Arial, the most basic font in the world, and it would not let me do it. They would just ejected. So I'm wondering if Warner Brothers owns a copyright to that, if they figured it out. And
so maybe somebody jumped on it before you, another YouTuber.
Yeah, maybe. And trademarked it. Maybe it was another YouTuber, but I thought that was interesting. I was kind of bummed. I wanted to sell shirts, but whatever. I'm going to make one for me and walk around Comic-Con with it. But that was his last line to her.
I think certainly one of them. I remember laughing because I was like, oh no, they said it again.
It was funny. That whole thing, I mean, that was supposed to be the moment of Game of Thrones, and the set looked terrible. It looked terrible. And this is usually the sets look great in the show. It's like, and Dan and Dave directed that episode.
Yeah.
That was their resume for Star Wars. And, oh, dude, I don't know.
Lots of walking. Expect some walking in Star Wars at this point.
Yeah. There was no script. That was the biggest bummer about, honestly, I don't care if they do great. If they suck at Star Wars, I just don't care. I'm still actually really bothered by how Game of Thrones turned out, because I had so much invested. I stare at the stickers in my car.
You and me both, man. That's why these videos I'm doing, that I'm taking my time. I'm getting my feelings straight forward and explain and done and dusted, and I never have to look back. Hopefully, once I'm done.
Yeah,
you know how that is.
The one good thing the Blu-rays did, like the one I wish I could just get a Blu-ray of this, is the animated histories. Those are done so well that, that's almost like the one thing, and I won't want to see it for season 8 that I'd want to keep, but I guess you can see them on YouTube. So, is the animated histories, which get into the book stuff and has it narrated by Harry Lloyd or somebody like that. I'll miss. But yeah, I was staring at my box of action figures that I'm going to probably give away or something. And I was like, God damn it, man. How do you fuck this up? But we know how now. Star Wars.
I like the commentary on it as well. The idea that's like, you look at Euron, you're like, a character that they managed to, the one they created, because he's nothing like the book. they managed to give him the ending he would have wanted. He's a character that managed to, and it's like, good, they nailed you, Ron. Like, well done, guys. He's like the meme character.
Yep. But
there's a lot of, I want to make a big point about memes when I do an overview, because Clegane Bowl was given such a huge amount of importance, and I almost feel like it was created by the fans, the desire for Clegane Bowl. Like and it's like they nailed that, and there's a lot of other meme stuff in there, and then a lot of things that other fans are like, oh, this important plot point has been thrown away. Okay. But they got the memes.
They did, and I think it was run. I think it turned into a show. And again, this is a phrase I'm borrowing from a YouTuber named Carmine, called, and I think he got it from somewhere else, called Viewocracy, where they were basically running off of Q numbers, which is this character's popular. And I even did a video alluding to that. And George responded on his blog. It might have been to somebody else, but it could have been me, saying that that we were saying, that me in this article were referring to, that he hated Braun. It's not what we said. He used Braun as an example. Braun should have never been in the show this much. Jerome Flynn was not supposed to be in the show this much. He just turned out to be extremely popular with the fans, and they kept him in. And arguably, some of it's been very good. But
season 8 Braun is probably the worst, whereas you can see the strings so clearly. I can't. Yep. Have you seen people point out that like he didn't know what a loan was in season 2, and now he's master of coin?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
But there's no progression where he learns. He's just become it. It's utterly bizarre.
Oh, and there's that rumor that Lena Headey and him are exes, and she does not want him around. They got her to film one scene with him during the big thing from last season. But otherwise, she would not get anywhere near that dude. Like, she hates him. So I don't know if he was abusive or just like a dick. I don't know, but she won't film with him in the same room. That's why Braun was never a part of the Cersei stuff. Although they didn't really interact that much in the book. So I don't know how much truth there is to that, but I've heard that rumor. Yeah. So, are you there?
Gonna start responding more on Twitter PMs, by the way.
Yes.
I will. You might be. I'm not saying it's a guarantee. But you might be next in place to get onto good old EFAP. I think we've sort of decided that the next episode is it's a meme, but it's end of season 3, and I think it's just gonna be me, Wolf, and Rags this time around, because we haven't had an episode with just us 3 for a long time now. But
definitely.
The one following that, I'll try my best to get you on, I guess.
Yes. And okay, so as far as DMs on Twitter, I'm back home. I will answer. I've got you set up where I will see anything you send me. So I've been frankly overwhelmed lately. I don't
absolutely, man. That's
dude,
yep.
I honestly, I don't know how. All my respect to you and people with 1 million subs who can handle this stuff. I mean, truly, you have my respect.
I've been planning to do a Q&A since I hit 100K. I still haven't done it yet. I'm getting around to it. It's gonna happen.
It'll happen. It'll happen. Yeah. When you hit 300K, which
I am sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. It's funny that I started with video games, and when I moved to Star Wars, I had a lot of my fans being like, "When's the next video game thing?" And I was like, "It's coming. I'll do another video game thing." Now, when I moved on to Captain Marvel, Black Panther, a couple of other Marvel related things, they're like, Star Wars coming back? Come on. And then I bring out the TFA thing, and they're happy. But then the Marvel people are like, you going to be covering, Infinity War and Endgame? And I was like, oh, no, yeah, I'll cover them. I covered Infinity War. I haven't covered Endgame. And I was like, where's Endgame? And then the people are like, where's the video game stuff? And I covered Game of Thrones. And everyone's like, why are you covering Game of Thrones? But now it's turned into, where's the next Game of Thrones video?
Yep. Oh, dude. I am so there with you. Where's Doctor Who? You gave up on Star Trek? I got a couple of you gave up on Star Trek. I'm like, no. And I'm late on Doctor Who, but I feel you on that one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to do all that stuff. Believe me, I'm not done.
I got to do it my way. Got to do it right.
I got to do it right when there's good timing, and when you got to strike when it's hot. And I honestly, Game of Thrones is not going to die for a while. Plus, that when the prequel comes out, that's going to rip everything. That's going to rip off the scab again. It's
I'll
going
be
to.
running right into Free Folk when that happens. They're like
Yep.
a safe space for fun.
It is. It is. God bless the free folk, and they got written about in the BBC on their website for Emily Clark's charity. That was rad. I thought that was great.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, definitely. And they tried to boost something for John as well, right? Kit Harington's
yep.
charity. And correct me if I'm wrong, but the Game of Thrones subreddit tried to quell it at first without realizing that this goes well beyond subreddit drama, and they've suffered for it quite significantly, I think.
Yep. Oh, the Song of Ice and Fire one, or the main one that they're
the Game of Thrones, but Song of Ice and Fire, I think, are all respected as well as being,
even though
there's like a whole industry of Game of Thrones subreddits, because there's a Song of Ice and Fire circle jerk which make fun of a Song of Ice and Fire's sort of purity of like, if things aren't the way in the books, then they're bad. And it's funny to see it all in a big like it's like a zeitgeist of
it is, and it goes so deep. You're right. There's things I didn't know. I was into it, and I've been like into Reddits and like YouTubers with 100 subscribers who break down the chapters for years. But I didn't know how far it went, to be honest with you. I wasn't really sure. But hey, you're getting shared. You get shared on Reddit. I've seen you share it on Reddit before.
I think the first video I made got onto Free Folk. It got shut down on Game of Thrones though. They were unhappy. They were like, "Hey, this guy's too mean." The episode had some good stuff in it, and it made sense for Aya to do. Oh, dude, we covered 16 moments that foreshadow Arya's going to kill the Night King in Game of Thrones on EFAP. I'm not even kidding. One of them is you can see her dagger during the episodes. Like we thought we'd skipped a point, like it moved to the next one. We rewound. We were like, wait, and it's like the point is literally you can see that she has a weapon.
Oh, okay.
Foreshadowing.
Yeah. I missed it. Yep, dumb me, dumb you. You should have seen it coming all the time.
You know that if Hot Pie had killed Night King, they would have made that video anyway. It'd be like, Hot Pie, he cooks. Cooking someone would kill them. He killed the Night King.
Yeah, obviously. And that was the whole foreshadowing crap, which became the biggest meme on Free Folk about Daenerys too. It's like she let her brother die. Well, her brother, maybe in the show, but in the context of the books, they tried to rape her. It's been pretty horrible to her.
He was a monster in the show as well. And let's not forget, I hate that justification because like that face Arya makes when she kills Walder Frey, really creepy, if nothing else. Sound like ooh, but a lot of people are like yeah, and I remember being like, gosh, that's a bit.
No, I think for me it was the loss of innocence, the loss of Arya. Yeah. Like we don't have Arya anymore. This is a complete tragedy. And that's where the show got stuck, and it didn't know where to go, because are we going to go Batman Arya, make her a hero? Because I know where George is going to go with Arya with this one. If that's how it turns, we lose Arya. It's an absolute tragedy. This kid's been through torture, horrors, and now she's become what she hates, basically. What killed her dad. That's what she is now, and it's a great loss. And that's what George does. But he does it so well that you still want to root for it. I know I'm probably not explaining that well, but the show got trapped within that,
If we want to bring it back to being herself again, but with new skills, like, we're going to need about the amount of time it took her to change again. It's like, we only got one season. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Which would be great to see her come back to be Arya. And we got, facial expressions within the show that made no sense, like when she's talking to the Hound and all of a sudden she's a little Arya again. I'm like,
that felt weird.
That felt really weird.
Like she's like annoyed. He grabs her by the neck, which is the kind of thing that you'd expect her to like flip out on, and she just goes puppy dog face.
Yep, exactly.
That was so rushed.
It was,
but it worked really well. Loads of fans found that to be like a huge highlight. I was taken out by the idea that I is getting told that killing people is dangerous and so she should go. I'm like, because that's all right.
It is. God damn. I'll be damned. Killing people's bad. We better go. Jesus. Sorry. And everybody I'll get right back. Yeah, Mauler's here. We got he and I haven't talked in a while, so we got to chat a little bit. Hope you
It's all
guys
good.
don't mind.
Run with the super chats. We'll find a conversation out of those.
Okay. And again, thanks for coming on, my friend. I
No
appreciate
problemo.
it. I appreciate it. Okay, let's get to a couple super chats there. And yeah. All right. I can't remember where I was. Oh, Fan on Rough. Okay, I got to start there. Fan on Rough, who has been with me. Fan on what was it? 30 subscribers, 40 subscribers. You're brilliant. Thank you. Been here for a long time. Back in the days where I started out reviewing television. So Game of Thrones. I wanted to be a Game of Thrones channel. I wanted to review Game of Thrones and review chapters of books because I thought a new book would come out. And then nobody watched. And I was like, God, there's so many other channels out there that are great. So I just started. And then Westworld came out, season 1. I'm like, oh, I'll just review cool genre TV shows that aren't CW, like the good stuff, like Westworld and Ash versus Evil Dead. And then it turned into this. It's funny how we start out in our intentions, you know?
Oh yeah. I reviewed a indie horror game because its sequel was bad and I didn't like it.
That's
there
you go.
I started. It's really humble beginnings compared to what I'm doing now.
Yeah. Is that video still up by any chance?
It's my oldest review, and I haven't watched it in a long time because I have a feeling that if I watch it now, I'll be like, ooh.
Yeah.
So much, the editing, the scripts, the way I argue, it's all so very like underdeveloped compared to now.
It's tough.
I want to leave it up. It's definitely like you can see my journey in full.
That's good. I'll show a screenshot later, everybody, of like I'll dig up my first review video or something. I probably have no beard. Look all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Liam Hodgetts, Pizzle's Tech Time for $2. You have more viewers than I have subscribers. Well, I remember doing live streams with 0 viewers, and it just was basically me recording a video with my co-host at the time. You'll get there if you just keep putting stuff up. It happens. It definitely happens. Just constantly put up content, and don't worry if anybody's watching or not. Do it for yourself in the beginning. Make it a good hobby, basically. Pool of Zenda for £2. By the way, thank you for the $2, Pizzles. Pool of Zenda for £2. I like season 8 of Game of Thrones. I'm half normie on my mother's side. Oh, that was funny, Zenda. Yes. No, there's no normie in me at all. My real parents were freaking weird. I'm adopted, but my dad was a kooky Jehovah's Witness, and my mom was a kooky hippie, and they were like 17 and 16 when my mom was 16 when she had me. She had just turned 16. So, and I was at a Salvation Army. I was born at a Salvation Army and then left in a basket on somebody's doorstep. No, I was adopted. Richard Nilsson for 50 Swedish crowns. You helped Red Pill, the Game of Thrones fanboy with an I, at the start of season 8 and got me hooked on The Expanse. Yes. Keep it solid. Work coping, and congrats on 100K. Thank you, Rickard.
I have an interesting thing to ask. Did you know, because you like the Expanse show, right?
Yes, I do.
Have you read the books?
Yes, I have.
So Wolf only got as far, I believe, as episode 6 of The Expanse because he hated it so much for deviating so far from the books.
You know, I love Wolf. Just want to preface this. I love Wolf, but the show is not the books. As a comic book fan, lifelong comic book fan, and the same thing for Game of Thrones, those are two completely different things. And I honestly think the direction the shows, the books go in directions I don't like. I definitely don't like. As a matter of fact, book 6 and book 7 go. I can honestly say I don't like them for the most part. Book 8 was a good comeback back to form, but book 6 and book 7 are kind of bad. and I hope the show doesn't go down that road at all. Now, but I understand that. I mean, if you're just a book fan and you want to see your book adapted, I get it. That's the first time I've ever heard that, though, from an Expanse
I was
fan.
going to say, I'm totally out of the loop, right? I've actually watched the first 4 or 5 episodes of the show. I think it's okay so far. I'm not hooked, but maybe give it some more time. I don't know. But when you come on to EFAP, maybe I can we can get a quick conversation out of that.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
See if it goes. It'll be interesting.
Very familiar with the books, as familiar with those books as I am with Game of Thrones, with Song of Ice and Fire. Yeah. I've ingested a lot of them. With those books, though, I'm a big fan of Tom Jane as Detective Miller, so that helps my love of Game of Thrones.
It's funny. He specifically mentioned that he hated how they did Miller in the show.
Oh, really? Yeah, because the difference is he's shorter. They can't do the Belters right. So the Belters are supposed to be like 7 feet tall and skinny and have giant heads. They were very limited on funds. Things might be different now, but yeah, no, my God, So that I don't know. I can't talk him out of that one then, because I honestly think that it's done better in the show than it is in the books. I think Miller is good in the books, but
we got an interesting conversation to look forward to.
Yeah, yes, you do.
He's very passionate about it. He said he finished book 8, and it's quite possibly his favorite book series now of all time.
It returned to form. It definitely. I liked it a lot. I thought it kicked some ass. It went places that I didn't expect it to go. But I really disliked book 7. Like, I was like ready to give up on it. I was like, well, this thing's gonna just be like everything else and can't stick its landing. But then book 8 came out and made things okay. So we can agree there that book 8 is pretty awesome. Loquacious Primate for $2. 100K, baby. Congrats. Happy to catch a stream. I'm glad you're catching it too, Loquacious. Steve-O for 99 cents. Thank you very much. Cleve Bourbon, $2. Happy 100K. I remember when you were a 35K toddler. Yes, that was in January. And believe me, that was amazing. It's all happened kind of fast, not as fast as our boy Mauler here, but Mauler's going to be at 500,000 when you finish your Game of Thrones. Both those videos, I think you'll get through. I'm going to guess 300K by the time they're done with like a month cycle.
I mean, like, people are like, it's too late to cover it down. I'm like, it takes as long as it takes. I don't really mind.
No. Your event YouTubing, like me, I have to come out with a video if it's news, like within 48 hours. If I don't, then I'm late and I generally move on. I don't think people are caring what I think, but they wait for, which is great.
I would happily see your takes on anything that's even a year to 100 years old. It would be interesting.
Thanks, man. That's going to be my Star Trek Discovery season 2 complete season review. I'm going over it kind of like you have.
I've not seen any of it. I only hear bad things.
If you're ever at a so say one day you finish Star Wars and you finish Game of Thrones, you're like, God damn, what do I have to do? Hit me up. I will give you my CBS All Access password because I won't want you buying that crap. And you can watch just the first 2 episodes of Star Trek Discovery season 1, and you will have content for the rest of the year and a bunch of new fans.
Well, the thing is, like, I have not watched any Star Trek. That's one of my biggest failings. I need to see TNG specifically because so many people that I know and respect are like, you should watch that. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll get around to it one day.
I think it'd be interesting if somebody saw Star Trek Discovery without seeing Star Trek. You would recognize the badness of it. I mean, it does.
Probably like it's modern writing. It's going to hell.
Yeah,
I hate to report that I thought the new Godzilla was terribly written, and people are like, "Well, it doesn't need to be well written because it's Godzilla." And I was like, why can't it be well written? Why can't it be well written?
Not true. I mean, like decently written. Like, I mean, just
even
pedestrian would be good. Mrs. Nerdrotic hated it, so
I heard Doomcock didn't like it as well.
He did not like it. No, and Jeremy,
I got a bit of backlash for it. People were like, "Why are you looking for story in a Godzilla movie?" And I was like, "If the story is there, then like, I don't know. Like, I'm not going on YouTube to look at monster fights. I went to go see a story. Isn't that what it is?"
Yeah. Otherwise, you can just watch monster fights, like you said. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to be a great story, just a good
No.
story.
Yeah, just give me. It could have been nice and simple. The plot is actually rather confusing and a lot of humans stuff. Because a lot of people were like, Mauler, why do you want human stuff in the Godzilla? I was like, I didn't say that. They give
No.
it. Have you heard what Charles Dance said about working on that film?
Uh-uh.
He said that he nearly fell asleep because he doesn't do anything, and he walks into rooms and says like one line. He'll be like, "We need to go," or the activate the machine, or look at that screen. It's so bad, such a waste. And yeah, he was asked for like what compliment would he give, and he was like, "Oh, the catering was fantastic." It's like, oof.
Oh, Charles Dance, underused, brilliant. I hope they use him more.
Oh god, yeah, he's getting on now. I was like, use him, put him in everything. He's so
Yeah.
much fun.
An entire fantasy series around him as some evil king or
Go for it.
morally
Do it.
gray king. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. All out of bubblegum, $10. Gary, good day. Congratulations on your 100K count. You got that with hard work and dedication. Keep your eyes peeled for a little something for you in the mail. Well, all out of bubblegum, thank you. I plan to go to my P.O. box right after this live stream because I need to go to the gym again. I am going twice a day because I missed a couple days. Steve-O, $1.99. Congrats on the 100K, sir. Keep up the great work. Steve-O, thank you very much. All out of bubblegum, thank you very much. Mazamonte, good to see you. 5 pounds. Gary, congrats on 100K. Are you able to take up the offer of being on the High Council permanently? Hope so. All my faves in one great spot. Mazamonte. Ooh. That sentiment is awesome. I love it. Thank you. I think the High Council is those 3 guys. I think it is EVS and Jeff and Jeremy. I would never want to put them in that spot because I know what it's like. They've been together for a long time now. And listen, they have me on like a lot, and I'll go on anytime they ask me. But the High Council is EVS, Jeff, and Jeremy. That is the High Council to me. But thank you for including me in there. We're all part of the Fandom Menace, and that's good enough for me. Demonic Bioman, $10. I mean, if they asked me, I would say yes, but I mean, like, honestly, it's them, and I'm not trying to sound like I'm big timing them. No, it's them. They're awesome. I think they're great as the High Council. Demonic Bioman, $10. Congrats on 100K. Been with you since 10K. Channel success is well deserved. Renews my faith in honest, knowledgeable host making quality content. Can make it on YouTube. Yes, any salty 100K Gary Tail, any salty tail. I will get back to you on that. I'm sure I've got a salty one. Okay, my last instance of nerd rage, which is on my Patreon, and it was embarrassing as hell, to be honest with you. But I lost my shit in a movie theater. And when did Amazing Spider-Man 2 come out?
Oh god.
2014?
Good question. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah. So Amazing Spider-Man 2 comes out. And I didn't really like Amazing Spider-Man 1, but my nostalgia was kicking in. I still like completely love Spider-Man, so I was hoping for the best. What was it, 2015? 14?
14.
14. Okay. Yeah, the same. Okay, so Amazing Spider-Man, Winter Soldier, and Guardians of the Galaxy came out in the same year. Crazy year. So I'm watching that movie, and it's just as it goes on, I'm watching it in horror. And I'm going through my mind. What's going through my mind is, well, it's funny because we're getting the Dark Phoenix getting screwed up again. But I was thinking about The Last Stand, and I'm like thinking, I'm watching Spider-Man's single greatest story being ruined forever now. Because, I mean, yeah, they'll try it again, but the death of Gwen Stacy was the reason Spider-Man's still, if that doesn't happen, Spider-Man is not as popular as he is today. That was a second Uncle Ben. It was like a second Thomas or the Waynes dying. It was that important to his origin because it showed him again the dangers of identity and people getting involved and having people close to you. and you also saw the hero, threaten to kill somebody. Like, I'm gonna effing kill you. You're dead. I'm gonna kill you. In a time where heroes didn't say that, and like as a kid reading that, you're like, God damn, it's just one of the single greatest stories ever told in comics. Most emotional, 12-year-old boys crying tears into their comic books. But of course, the 12-year-old boy would never show that to another 12-year-old boy. I'm not crying. Fuck you. No, I'm not crying.
Must be raining.
Must be raining. But so to screw that scene up, and when I saw it happen and she died at the end, I went, bullshit, just like out loud in a quiet movie theater where people were buying into it and crying and stuff. And my wife hit me so fucking hard. And I was with my kid, and he's like, my kid took his jacket and put it over his head because he was so embarrassed. I'm like, bullshit. And I walked out of the theater. My wife was so fucking, but it was embarrassing. Yeah. The theater was telling me to shut up. I had a bunch of people mad at me. Yeah. So I don't know if that's salty. It's embarrassing, but I was mad. I was fucking mad. And my bullshit was loud. It was very, very loud. Like, I took everybody out of the movie. It was very disrespectful. And I felt
Sounds
bad.
like you beat me out then, because the loudest I've ever been was The Predator, which I believe you said you hadn't seen, right?
No, I've not seen The Predator for precisely that reason.
Are you okay with what I would call a spoiler, but it's really, you're not gonna care. Like, the main bad guy is throughout the film. He's quite cocky. I can't remember the actor's name that plays him, but he was Black Panther's uncle in Black Panther. He was in a couple of other things. Yeah, he's just scheming throughout the whole movie. He's got his plan of his own. He's quite evil morally. Like, he's willing to kill a bunch of people to get the Predator tech or control of a blah, blah, blah. And he joins up with the heroes in the end. And I heard there was reshoots. I heard there was a lot of rushing to get a new ending. I don't know if you've heard about this, but Shane Black said they had to reshoot the ending because they realized they'd shot the ending in daytime, and daytime isn't scary. I couldn't believe I read it. I was like, that can't be real. Sterling K. Brown, that's his name. And so the scene's playing out, the Predator's fighting all of the good guys and bad guys together, and during it, it's about 2 or 3 seconds clip. You can see it in my video because I could not believe it. He's wearing a plasma caster that he's developed and taken from the Predators previously. He looks to his left. It's on his right shoulder. He looks to his left. The plasma caster turns left. He fires it. It blows his own head off. And I audibly said, "What the fuck?" in the cinema. And my friend was like, "Dude."
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I didn't see it. The Predator, I saw Predator 2, and it didn't kill my love for it. I didn't love it.
I didn't love it. I like it.
Aliens versus Predators, I just didn't count as Predators.
No,
they were terrible.
Like weird spin-offs.
But it didn't kill my love for it. The Predator wasn't great, but it didn't kill my love for it. There's parts of it I actually like.
You're talking about Predators.
Predators, sorry. The Predators. I mean, like, but yeah, this I can't, because I truly, out of the 80s actiony, Aliens, Predator, Terminator, anything, Predator is my favorite by far. I
adore Predator. Yes. And this movie upset me significantly.
I could tell. I watched your video while I was cleaning my room. I loved it, and that it felt. I'm like really glad I didn't see that.
Yeah, shooting his head off. I couldn't believe they did it. I just want to say Matthew Matson said they had to do reshoots to eliminate a character because Olivia was #MeToo'd. I do know that happened, but the quote I just said was specifically from Shane Black saying they had to reshoot in darkness because it was too, and they had this whole thing planned. I don't know if you saw the behind the scenes like screenshots and photos or whatever, where Predators were sitting on a tank with humans. Apparently the original ending was going to have humans and Predators working together to take out a super Predator. And I was just like, oh my god. Do you know about the super secret ending? There was like 4 different endings they had planned, and they went with robots. So they have this pod from the Predators that's supposed to be the ultimate weapon to kill Predators and protect Earth from Predators in the future. It's like, okay. In the film, a suit Sentinel thing comes out. You attach it to yourself, it turns you into the ultimate Predator killer. It's like, okay. Originally, they were going to have Arnold Schwarzenegger come out, and that was just, I don't like... But apparently, I believe he refused. You'd have to check on that. Another one was going to be Ellen Ripley was going to come out.
What?
Like, yeah, I know. And then another one was going to be an alien who was just going to be, or like the black goo from Prometheus or something like that. There was all these different potential endings they were going with, but they went with the Sentinel robot suit. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I was like, that is the best one out of all of those.
Oh my God. Yeah, I used to like Shane Black. I mean, like a couple times, not all the time. I mean, I liked.
I've lost any interest in him since Iron Man 3. He killed Iron Man almost. The Russo brothers rescued Iron Man for me.
Yeah, they did. I like a couple things he did, but not a lot. But yeah, that's freaking awful. God damn, my God, Hollywood. So it's a miracle we get anything good, to be honest with you. It really is. I have to point, this is from earlier and I did not see it. So I apologize to Dave and everybody. Ian Moon, $2. Dave Cullen has been demonetized. So his main channel has been demonetized, like the whole thing. When the stream is over, I'll look into it. If that's the case, I'll make a video in support of Dave. I love Dave. Dave, if you're out there, if I didn't catch what you were trying to tell me, I'm sorry. But I will read up and get caught up on everything and email you. And that's bullshit if that happened. Goddamn. Godzilla and tanks for $10. And like, I don't mean to gloss past that. I need to look it up. I've got Mauler here. I will get into it and do my research after the live stream's over and probably do a video or something, or maybe even another live stream. We'll see. Godzilla and tanks for $10. Congratulations. Glad to be one of the 100,000. Thank you very much, Godzilla and tanks. And I was looking to see who was 100K, and I think I isolated that person. And I don't want to like elevate them above anything else, but I'm going to specifically thank them on Friday. There will be a part 2 to this. That's charity and all this other stuff on Friday. ESP, the Aaron Spencer podcast for $4.99. Thanks for the recommendation of the Orville. Tala is how you write an iconic badass female character without cliches and politics. She has depth, heart, and strength. She certainly does. She won me over, ESP. She won me over. I wasn't sure in the first couple episodes. I dig her now. I think she's great. Andres for 20 Norwegian crowns. Dave Cullen is being silenced for speaking the truth. He is. And it's just a matter of time until they come after somebody like me or Mauler, who just simply criticizes a TV show. And
well, a lot of people are worried about EFAP, and I was like, it's only a matter of time. I've got them all backed up. It's just that, yeah, EFAP's not going to last forever. We're way too... we say a lot of naughty things, unfortunately, because we like to have fun. But yeah. Not going to last forever.
It doesn't last forever, but unfortunately, YouTube, that's what you're built on. You're built on the EFAPs of this platform and not CNN news blurbs. Yeah. I hear nobody talking about that, but I hear people talking about EFAP. So keep that in mind. And honestly, you know, when we do live streams, it's a couple thousand, you know, the EFAP probably gets a lot more than that, but I mean, like, it's not a million people. You don't really have to worry about it too much. Just like let EFAP go and have fun. Paola RL 4.99. Just wanted to say congrats. Your work is great. Is Sophie Turner going to call every critic disrespectful, or is that just what she calls fans? That is Paola. That is a very good question. I think somebody should ask her because yeah, Sophie Turner, who said she wouldn't work in Georgia, but as I stated before, well, there'll be 50 states she doesn't have to worry about working in very soon. Nerf Herder. You Nerf Herder. That's also a band. $5. Thank you for the $5. Well deserved 100K. Hail Nerdrotic. Thank you very much. Jeffrey Ragsdale for two $1 donations. Thank you, my friend. I'm only an hour behind on these. I'll get caught up. Paola RL 4.99. Congrats, Gary. You deserve great success. Do you think Sophie? Oh, you put that in twice. Paola, did you mean to do that? I'm sorry. Shame. She put in shame at the end. That's the difference. It is shame, Paola. It is. Alan Massey for $10. Told myself I would do a $10 super chat when you got to 100,000. Well, thanks, Alan. Congrats, and I wish you continued success. Also, Dark Phoenix deconstructs Dr. X like Discovery did Spock. Yeah, it certainly looks like it's more of the deconstruction of the patriarchal male character within a superhero genre film because it looks kind of woke and it's a very trendy thing to do, but it's just boring and tired. But yeah, it looks like X-Men Dark Phoenix is just Professor X bad. That's pretty much it. The plot is terrible. I just hear it's just bloody awful. And I heard it looked cheap. Galactic Dude, $5. My son insists on seeing Dark Phoenix. Would it help to see it in 4DX? Yeah. I mean, take your son if your son wants to see it as a superhero movie. Your son needs to learn disappointment like all the other boys and girls in the world. Why not learn it now at an early age so you can deal with it more? Yeah, I remember disappointment. I see it a lot as an adult. I got a lot when I was a kid. God, I'll get killed for this, but Willow is a great disappointment to me. I know little kids love the movie and people who are younger when they watch it love the movie. I know many in the chat will love the movie. When you saw Willow as an 18, 19-year-old expecting like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, Val Kilmer kind of actiony stuff, and you realize it was kind of a hoodwink and watch the trailers. They really made it look like a Val Kilmer movie, and it wasn't. You were a little disappointed. Stone Cold Jeremy, $5. But this movie features strong women. Why isn't it being protected by RT from the nasty trolls? God, it must be that bad. It just must be so awful. And yeah, that's why I think they might be trying to stir up some fake controversy. Fan on Rough, thank you for the 99 cents. Sedokar 7th Legion, last two super chats were missed. You in a huff with me? LOL. No, I haven't caught up to them, and I'm kind of doing them out of order. So guys and ladies, I greatly appreciate your super chat. Sometimes the window jumps. Sometimes you got to refresh it. So what I do is I keep going and then I go back through one more time. So do not worry. And if I ever do miss one, because I go back through after I'm done with the show, I make up for it the next show. But I rarely do miss one completely. I pass them up quite a bit, but I'll get back there, Sadokar. Don't worry. No, I'm not in a huff with you. If I'm in a huff with somebody, I will let you know. I don't mince words. I'm not one of those people who's passive aggressive. If you piss me off, I will let you know you're being blocked. Now, my mods block people because I can't see what's going on. They have their reasons. And if somebody ever gets blocked and they feel like they shouldn't be, please email me, Gary@nerdrotic.com, and we can talk it out. We can always talk it out. But my mods are here free of charge, watching, trying to protect the channel. And I can't judge them for that. So, but if you think something unfair happened, certainly talk to me, and then I'll talk to the mod and see what happened. And I can also see what happened. But no, if I ever have a beef with somebody, I'll let you know. I'm not coy about that stuff. I don't play those games. Too old for that shit. Dan Palm, $1.99. Congrats. Started watching you at Counterpart. Yes. Okay. I read that one. See, I'm like all out of order on this one. Dan Heiss, $10. Congrats on 100K. Wow. When I joined you in October, you only had a 7,000. Amazing. Keep up the good work. Have a pizza on me. Dean, I will. And I'll have a swig of pizza right now.
I thought you said a swig of pizza.
Swig of pizza. Yeah, that's it. No, we have a place called Pete's Coffee. And it's like the anti-Starbucks, and it's just jacked full of caffeine. And that's what I like. The espressos there are fucking amazing. Yeah, it's like doing a line of Coke. Destiny Captain, $1.99. Gary, have you gotten your PO box stuff yet? No, I'm going after this live stream, Destiny Captain. Disabled Llama, Australian, $2. Oh my God, that thumbnail for the stream is gold. Laugh my ass off. Oh, thank you. I break that one out for anniversaries. The Tic Tac should scare people. We are in trouble. Sadokar 7th Legion. Yes. It should be frightening. It's disturbing to me, and I'm totally into that UFO shit, and it's disturbing. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the New York Times article from last week about the UFO, the Navy pilots talking about UFOs. Sadokar 7th Legion, thank you again. Dragon Volderex, $2. Next is 100K on Blue Nerdrotic. Thank you. Blue Nerdrotic will remain blue. It will remain live and weird. My second channel, my other channel. Tuckbone, buy a 5th copy of Vampirella comic on me, definitely, because I can get behind. Here's to hopeful return of escapism. And Tuckbone, I've read that one, but yes, we need to buy lots of Vampirella. Thanks for the Orville love. Says MV Racing 3 for $1.99. You are welcome. Tokyo Gaijin, 1,200 yen. So I finished Available Light, the next generation novel. I'm about to post a review on my website, but all I have to say is nope. The main character is a copy of Mikey Spock and ruins the story. Do not recommend. Who wrote it? Tokyo Gaijin. I'm curious about that. Mika D2, $2. Mauler is here, Gary. It's the second time this has happened. It's like, as soon as I saw that,
I always feel awful because when I come to your chat, everyone's like, blah, 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 and I'm just like, no, it's fine. If he's busy, it's fine.
Well, I kept on saying I'm going to send him the link. And I actually had your message pulled up to send you a link, and then I just start talking, and it's like I can't stop. But thanks for being insistent. Like, you're fucking Mauler, and you're coming in. I don't mean to big time Mauler. Please, people. I'm just really absent-minded sometimes. So thank you for being patient and cool as hell. I really appreciate it because it's got me in trouble, and I don't mean it to get me in trouble to like my just, like sometimes I'll forget to call my wife, it's like, yeah, shit like that.
I'm terrible with birthdays. I remember people and faces, but I always forget. I have to write them all out on a wall because I know I'll forget it. And people see it when they come in my room. They're like, what is that? I'm like, I can't remember birthdays. I don't know why.
The same way. No, if I lose my phone, I'm fucked. I remember I have 2 moms, so I remember one of their birthday. Honestly, my second mom, I can't remember her birthday. My sister, I only remember one. I say I'm right there with you. My fucking sisters, I only remember one of their birthdays. I know the month they're in.
I've forgotten my own age before.
Yeah. God, I'm bad.
I was a year off the last time I told someone my age. My sister was in. She was like, "That's not how old you are." And I was like, "What?"
Your own age? That's terrible. Oh yes. Okay, you are one of us then, for sure. For sure. 2 weeks and I'm still mad at Game of Thrones. What a waste, says Paola 299. Yeah, me too. Me too, Paola. Paola RL. Paola's awesome. George Mallow for $99.99. God damn, that's a big super chat, my friend. Hey Gary. Gary. Hi Gary. Congratulations, my friend. What do you think of the Deadwood movie? Heard may bring it back. Too tired to be witty today. Wishing Nerdrotic all the best to come. All hail the King of Thrones. And now on to 1 million. Oh boy. I don't know about that, but thank you. The Deadwood movie, I am going to I'm going to use a friend's HBO account because I am not signing up for HBO, FHBO, but I'm going to watch it. Yeah, I want to see it. I want some resolution. I love Deadwood. I thought it was great, but I don't know if you ever saw that. It was HBO's Western.
I watched it, but I watched it, I want to say 9 years ago now.
Oh,
so
boy. Yeah.
I can only tell you I remember his name is Al Swearingen. That's it.
Yep. And he said the F word a lot.
He did.
Had to pop in. Congrats working on that thing for you. Eric K, thank you so much for the $5. I greatly appreciate it. And George Mallow, thank you for the $99.99. John K Brown, congrats on for 50 Canadian dollars. Congrats on 100K. Thank you for being the voice of logic for all of us. I am very proud to be one of the voices for you. You are a voice too, John and George and Mauler and Eric. We're all voices of just trying to point out that storytelling is something that should be a little more sacred to people, and it's not. And it's not that hard. It's all a matter of effort. If you come out and said, you know what, I screwed up and did something bad, people will forgive you instantly. But people, Dan and Dave, they want to hold on to their pride or whatever. I don't know. Or maybe they're just convinced. I'm pretty sure they're convinced they wrote some gold. it's funny that a show about a real nuclear meltdown isn't nearly as depressing as season 8 of Game of Thrones. Watch Chernobyl. It's
I've heard a
fucking
lot of people say
amazing.
that.
Yeah. Hashtag I stand with Dawn. $5. Thank you, Mr. V. Yeah, I've got to watch it now. God damn it. I watched the first episode. It was pretty good. Silhouetted Animator says, do you remember a store called Hastings? It's gone now, but it had everything: comics, toys, DVDs, VHS, everything, every magazine, books, and audio books. I missed the place so much. No, where? Called Hastings? Where was that?
What, sorry?
A store called Hastings that had everything: comic books, toys, DVDs, VHS. I gotta look it up real quick.
I thought you might have been talking about the Battle of Hastings.
Yeah. Hastings store. Hastings Entertainment. It's in Texas, founded in Amarillo, Texas. Still around. Some places. But not around here. Yeah, Hastings is still around. It's in South Central United States, Rocky Mountain States, Great Plains, Midwest. As of 2016, it had 126 superstores, which are mainly located there. It's got a website. Yeah. I never heard of it, but I'm in California, so they don't allow fun shit like that anymore here. They just want you to poop in the streets, and yeah, that's all they want you to do. The DJD show for $8, Comedy Gold. I always have channels to roast. Thank you, Gary. Enjoy the memes have fun day and night. Always, my friend. I'm having fun even when it looks like I'm not having fun. I'm having fun. Michael Blair, $9.99. Beer to DC. Beer for DC. For Doomcock, you got it. I Love Scotch, $10. Thank you for the $10 super chat. Again, thank you, Silhouetted Animator. And now I'm completely just jacked on the super chat because it jumped on me and I don't know where to start. Christopher Riley, $10 donation to Nerdrotic. Congrats on Arcade, just recently subbed. Yes, thank you, Christopher. I appreciate it. He says, Mauler, your critiques helped me think way more in depth at work and be more objective when making decisions rather than going on feelings. Wow, Mauler, did you hear that?
Well, you never know what to say to stuff like that. It's just like, thank you, I guess. And I'm really happy you're enjoying my work. And if you can bring any kind of benefits like that to anybody, that's amazing. I was blown away by the idea that people listen to my work to get through work days, because I was in retail and tech support and different just going between different support different jobs all the time. I was listening to podcasts. I was watching YouTube to get through it. So it's just I don't know, it feels really like I feel like I'm helping if because I had that exact same experience sort of thing. But yeah, when people say stuff like that it helps them critically think, it's just like, whoa.
Yeah, it's so cool. And you honestly, your videos are so great for that. They're tailor-made for work or for a drive. I mean, you want to see your videos too, but they're just as good to listen to. Actually, you could watch them twice. There you go. Again, makes it an event. And I think it helped because you were a fan first. I mean, you watched that stuff and did it yeah, I think that really does make a difference. The Talons of Wayne Chang for £10. Hey, Gary, congrats on 100K. I subbed last year thanks to the Doctor Who vids when you were at 14,500. We'll be mailing you a full Blake 7 box set to help you celebrate. Could you review it if you have time? You send me a box set of Blake 7. It's getting reviewed. Probably on Nerdrotic Live, but it's getting reviewed. It'll be done. I'm going to fire up my Farscape ones again, too, over on Nerdrotic Live. Hell yeah. Thank you. That's brilliant. I've been wanting to see Blake 7. I'd never seen it. So,
you know what's neat, by the way? Scorpius from Farscape, he played Tarkin in episode 3 of the prequels. You see him for like 3 seconds or so, and it was that actor.
Yeah.
And I was
That
surprised
was
they
him.
didn't bring him back for Rogue One because they modeled obviously talking after somebody. They had Peter Cushing put on top of an actor, and I was like, why didn't you use that guy? Oh, okay. I was like,
Oh,
I
they
was hoping he'd get
same
another
one?
go.
Yeah, that sucks.
Use someone else. Yeah, Wayne Pygram. I'm not sure how you pronounce that.
Farscape is I probably told you. Somebody got me into it. I was not into it, and I watched the first season and went, God damn, I love the show. I fucking
It's
love the show.
it's a weird because a friend of mine was watching, just like the puppets are so awful. And I was like, I don't know else to say this. It doesn't bother you at one point. Like it just stops bothering you.
No, because the voice actors behind them are brilliant. That helps. And there's a charm behind that. And that's why, like any Doctor Who fan, if you haven't seen Farscape, which I'm probably the last Doctor Who fan who hadn't seen Farscape, it's like it's perfect for you. If you're okay with paper mache monsters running around, which I am, and then it's great. It's fucking I love that
Yeah, and
stuff.
I quite like the world as well. The peacekeepers versus the
Yeah,
Scarans, and the history of how the peacekeepers were made. And it's just shaky in parts, but I think that there's a really cool world there. I don't know, maybe they'll remake Farscape someday.
I hope so. They did talk about it. Okay, so I'll pass on this news, and it really depends on the success of the Dark Crystal series on Netflix. And it was it O'Bannon? Dan O'Bannon's kid? Yeah, it was Rockney O'Bannon. They were interviewing Rockney O'Bannon, or yeah, was it O'Bannon or Hanson? One of the two. Doesn't matter. But in an interview, they were talking about the Dark Crystal Netflix series, and they're all, well, if this, we got kind of the crew back together. We got some of them. There's some people who are working on Farscape. They were getting back together. Anytime, apparently, he gets asked about Farscape literally all the time, like
Mm-hmm.
all the time. And he's like, well, we're doing this Dark Crystal thing. One of my wife's clients, by the way, is one of the producers. So we're going to try to get her on the show. It's like one of the big wigs on the show, the Dark Crystal show, my wife knows. But I digress. In this interview, he said, well, if this does well, we could certainly, we're certainly going to explore the possibility of Farscape again. Now, in what way? We don't know. We don't know if the original cast will get back together or I don't know. That's tough. It's kind of great, but
I truly enjoyed because like what I remember a lot was how experimental they were with a lot of episodes. I think was it season 3 where they split the show into 2 shows almost because you have the main characters cloned and he's with 2 different teams and they have 2 different adventures at the same time, and it's just like a really cool idea for a TV show. I remember being like, wow, like this came out ages ago. What a crazy idea.
It is. I'm going to try to find that article and link it in the chat. That I read it like a year ago. So,
and they had living ships, and Starburst was their own fast travel, and it was a nice little world. I liked it.
I find it extremely charming, and I don't know. There's something about the late 2000s and the 90s where the quality wasn't good, but the storytelling was, I mean, some of the best at the time.
It definitely was carried by the writing, which how often do we say that these days,
Yep. Yeah. And that's why I watch stuff to begin with. So and the whole concept of like the 5 rogues on a spaceship is kind of like one of my favorite concepts. That's why, Guardians of the Galaxy, after I saw Farscape, I'm like, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy is a giant ripoff Farscape, but that's okay. It's okay. It was still very good. But it's a giant
That would be
ripoff
interesting to know if James Gunn really likes Farscape. It would be interesting.
I think he did. He had Ben Browder in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
I love noticing that because I felt like such a nerd. I was like, oh, I know why he's there.
Yeah. Who needs more work? I love Ben Browder.
I hope he ends up in the 3rd one, to be honest, because that faction are definitely coming back.
Oh yeah. Oh god, if they bring in the whole Adam Warlock stuff, that'd be great. All right, can do a few more super chats here. I'm going back up now, everybody. So Sadukar 7th Legion, 2 pounds. Apologies, you are reading super chats now. I'm a snowflake. Sadukar, I want to tell you right now, just look in the camera. Look in the camera. My love for you is unconditional. I would never consider you a snowflake. I have read your DMs. You're not a snowflake. Yeah, I love you, man. Don't even worry about it. But call me out. Yeah, stay on me. If I miss something or something, please stay on me. I would really hate missing it. Okay, my intention is when I wake up in the morning, I don't intend to disrespect anybody except for maybe Alex Kurtzman, maybe. But like no, no. I wake up in the morning, usually dazed and confused, and I have a cup of coffee, and then I look at my DMs and get 10 or 20 video ideas. I don't know how you do it, dude. You must have. I just remembered what somebody wanted to know what you thought of. And have you seen, did we talk about this? I'm sorry. I have raging ADHD and drugs fucking ruined my brain. But Godzilla. So we talked about Godzilla. Are you going to do a review of Godzilla?
I would, if not for all the other things I need to review. I genuinely have said that. And by the time I'll have space for it, I think we'll be well past episode 9 being released, and it's just going to fall by the wayside. But there's so much wrong with the plot in that movie. So many stupid characters. But I loved King Ghidorah. I'm right out on there with everyone else. I loved seeing Godzilla slam against King Ghidorah. Sure, I'm all for it, guys. But my channel is about writing. Like...
Yeah.
Because my problem is like, oh, it's stupid giant lizard with atomic breath. Why are you judging it like that? And I'm like, guys, you are no different than the people saying it's a stupid movie about wizards with laser swords. It's no different.
Don't use that logic again. You were bringing our feelings into it, which is good, but and I understand what you say by I want a story, which is give me something. It doesn't have to be Shakespeare, but you got to give me something. And honestly, if you go back to the first Godzilla, the classic look at the story of it. It's very simple, really, really bare bones simple. And that's what I thought they were doing with I thought with Godzilla 2014, they were taking Bryan Cranston and they were going to make him the Steve Martin character.
Yeah.
Steve Martin's from the first movie, of course, played by the great Raymond Burr. And I thought that's what they were going to do. They subverted our expectations, killed, Bryan Cranston. Huge mistake.
He was carrying that movie for me. He was such a great actor.
Right up until he died, I'm like, this is a goddamn good movie. Like, I'm loving where this is going. And I still liked it. Like, it was okay. But when he died, it pretty much killed my interest in it.
Yeah, I was just waiting for the fights at that point then. So I was like, I don't care about his son. His son's a block of wood running around, getting involved in everything. I was just like, okay.
Yep. And the wife was equally as they were both annoying as hell.
They felt like stereotypes. It's like army dude and his wife who works in the hospital looking out for the people on the ground. I'm like, of course.
It was kind of like Con Air. I just expected I mean there wasn't stereotypes in Con Air, but I was waiting for that cheesy Con Air theme song to come out. Why do I? Every time they came into a room together, I just cued that music in my head for some reason. It got funny because it was so bad. They were so bad.
I put out tweets about it, and people were very upset that I had criticized the writing of it. And I was like, nobody even knows I liked it or not. I didn't say that I didn't like it. Like, that's the thing about the dichotomy of trying to separate these conversations. It's like I was laughing at the plot because of how stupid it was. I was talking with my friend about like how we're making jokes through the movie, like Tywin was gonna obviously be like, Godzilla, this is nonsense, you'll marry my daughter, that sort of thing. just to calm it all down. Enjoying the heck out of the fights, great stuff, and so many shots. There's one specifically, I think it made it into one of the trailers, but I want to get it as a desktop background. It's so good. So for the most part, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I had fun. But it's terrible. What do you want me to say? People rip on the 98 one, but like I dare say it's better written than this. But I had less fun with it. And people hate that movie because it's like it's not a real Godzilla in that movie, and I'm like, fine. I don't know. He's a radioactive lizard in the 98 one, while I don't believe that's what people want him to be. They want him to be like an ancient beast sort of thing that lives in the center of the earth sort of thing. And they definitely do that. And that's fine. I'm absolutely fine with all of it. I just want to call it as I see it. This is the story. This is what and for reference, people wanted me to see Shin Godzilla. Have you seen that?
No, I have not seen that one.
Story is far more consistent. It makes a lot more sense. It's very grounded. It's all about governments trying to get ideas on how to control and respond to a horrible monster destroying everything. The effects aren't as good. Obviously, there's no great actors to be able to sell the film, but it's just
I like that concept though. That sounds so. I will watch that. Hey, I'm a fan, but I can't say I've seen every single. I have a '98 Godzilla. Never watched a second of it. Not a 1 second. I've never seen it. Some of the later ones, I can't say I've seen them. But everything they showed on Channel 5 in LA, if you're an American, you lived in Southern California, Channel 5 and Channel 13 played Godzilla all the time up until 1989. So anything up to 89, I saw multiple times. But after that, it gets kind of dicey. But
for the record, I don't think the Matthew Broderick one is well written at all. Don't worry about that. I didn't say that. I'm just saying I believe it is more consistent than King of Monsters, because King of Monsters is nonsense. And that's fine. You can enjoy it still. I enjoyed it still.
Yeah. Shin Godzilla. Oh, dude, this looks cool. I like it. Okay, yeah, I'll watch it. I saw Godzilla 2000 and I like that. That was good. But
and that's the thing. To me, they're just monster movies, and I know, but there are a lot of passionate Godzilla fans, like specifically. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like, it's controversial to say, especially considering J.J. Abrams' reputation, but I actually think Cloverfield was better than pretty much any Godzilla film I've seen.
I did like Cloverfield. I did. A lot, actually.
I'll be interested to see how chat reacts to that now. I have no idea what people think in general.
No, I don't like JJ. Well, it was directed by Matthew Reeves, so that's cool. And but no, I liked it. I liked it for what it was. I mean, I don't know. I look at different movies differently. So but yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
the new Cloverfield though, that was something else.
I could be wrong about that one. No, I did not. I haven't seen any of the Cloverfield sequels, and I heard the Netflix one was awful. I don't know.
I watched it with Rags Wolf and another friend of mine, and oh boy, I wish we recorded it. That film is insane.
You always need to record your reactions now. You're a YouTuber. You should have your should have your shit ready all the time.
Did you see our reaction to Kaibin's death?
No.
Oh, I'll send you that in a Twitter PM. That the idea was that me and Wolf were just commentating live, so I have something to play while I'm writing, so I can keep track of all our reactions and all our thoughts and stuff. Kaibin's death, that caught us off guard big time. And I put it up straight away on the second channel, and
yeah, he just went out like Kyburn's dead.
I'll pop it in the it's only 45 seconds. It's in our little chat thing for the thing, but yeah, I just it's quite funny. Me and Wolf could not believe it.
I'm refreshing. Let me read a couple more super chats here. And hang on. So yeah, Matt Reeves did direct Cloverfield, by the way, and it was also written by Drew Goddard. Now, Drew Goddard is kind of the shit. He's kind of a pain in the ass to deal with in Hollywood. That's why he doesn't get a lot of work. But he was the man behind Daredevil season 1, Cabin in the Woods. Like, he's effing good, and he does. God, he's doing something good. I forgot what it was. They got him to do something good. But he's like really difficult to work with, apparently. And he is a Joss Whedon protege, but I think he's better in a lot of ways. And yeah, I'm a Drew Goddard fan. I am. Well, because of Daredevil season 1, the perfect season of Marvel television. And my favorite thing in the MCU, including the MCU, is Daredevil season 1. All right, real quick, Silhouetted Animator, congrats on 100K and the check mark. Oh yeah, so I feel so official with my check mark. Hey, did you get a silver play button?
Yes,
you did get one. How long did it take you to get one?
Have you talked to the creator support?
I did.
You know what that is? Yeah. It took about a month, I think, to come.
Oh, it's not bad.
Wasn't too bad. Yeah.
They said to me that I may or may not get one.
May or may not get one.
Yeah, they're like, I don't know. I'm like, okay.
Oh, is it because you're a controversial channel or
Yeah.
something like that?
So they said they were nice. Anna, I talked to a girl named Anna. She was very nice. And she said there's criteria that's a little like the check mark is one thing. She said getting the silver play button is I I probably could. She just insinuated that I might not. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
I won't be butthurt at all. No, I'm just kidding. Do you think Wonder Woman 84 will reset or slightly change up the DCU timeline? I think it could. Silhouetted animator. I think it really could because it's needing to be done because the DCU is done. It's dead. It's gone. So I think it will reset. And I think Wonder Woman will be the catalyst. And what they're going to do, Silhouetted animator, is they're going to wait and see. They're going to see what movie like takes off because Aquaman is a success. It was a success. Like it or not, movie was a success. Wonder Woman was a success. So right now, yeah, they got two parts of the Justice League set. Just the two nobody thought they would have set, which is Aquaman and Wonder Woman. I don't think the Flash will ever have Ezra Miller's Flash. I almost want it to happen so I can review it and Mauler can review it because it will be the worst movie ever made with the worst casting of a superhero ever.
Oh, the Flash.
Yeah, the Ezra Miller version from
Are
Justice
they going
League.
through with that?
I don't think so. I think they're waiting for the kid's contract to go out. Apparently, they only have one more year before they can it frees up and they can get some new people. They probably signed a deal with him, and if they put anything in the production, it has to star him, and that's why they're like, "Oh my God, this script just isn't working out. Could you write another one?" You know, and they're just trying to get rid of him because they saw his PR act during Justice League, which was embarrassing for Warner Brothers and everybody involved. The guy's like obviously popping. Okay, sorry. In my opinion, dropping a little MDNA and ecstasy before every PR interview, and he looks a little too euphoric, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a little crazy. Mika D2 $5 at Mauler. What do you think? Well, he just told you, but I'll ask you because you paid. I'm going to ask the question out loud, but he answered it already. What do you think of the new Godzilla movie? He said, you said,
I like it bad.
there you go. I like that answer. I like it bad. That's great.
I've been told on Twitter it's like it's a Godzilla movie with bad writing. Sounds perfect, and I was like, all right, if that, yeah, go for it.
Okay, well, all those people who are defending it, and I haven't seen it, so bring no ire to me yet. I don't know. I could watch it and love it.
Well, I've seen people say you're not appreciating the spectacle, and I'm like, you can have spectacle and good writing.
Certainly.
Like, I don't see and it's like, yeah, a lot of people can get thrown away from the spectacle when you have silly things happening. That's
most of the MCU it's not great writing, but it's decent writing that helps make the spectacle look that much better.
I would go as far as saying some of them are greatly written. I think a few outliers, and then some are god awful.
Sure. Yeah,
I couldn't believe how bad Captain Marvel was. That definitely provided the bottom of the scale.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, well, I will set aside my gripes. I have many gripes with Captain Marvel, but I'll set aside any political ones. We'll just leave them behind, and let's just talk. Just real quick. As a movie, there's no plot structure. There's no journey for Carol at all. She is It's a flat line across 2 hours, and the story structure actually okay. So she was just being suppressed the whole time by the great intelligence. If they could control things like her brain, why wouldn't they control her with her maximum power if they were trying to? And by the way, this horrible thing they were doing, the Kree Empire, that's what empires do. It actually, it's kind of messy. And then making the scrolls, I have a feeling that like Carol saved the one good scrolls, but they're going to make the rest of them bad. That's probably my feeling on it. They're shape-shifting aliens who could infiltrate your empire and kill all of your children. So let's think, I mean, if you want to think about it practically, I mean,
the twist was so cheap, dude. Like,
it was fucking terrible.
They're hunting and killing them throughout the whole movie. Then they're like, no, we're the goodies. It's like, okay. Do you remember when they're like, take them dead or alive. I was like, dead or alive? But you need her information, don't you?
Yeah. Remember when they were torturing her at the beginning and had her like
and he doesn't say, wait, we're allies, we're friends, and we've just seen in your head that you're actually not Kree. We can help you. You can help us. But no, instead he's like, it's like, oh, you sound evil.
It's almost like it's like different writers wrote the end and just didn't read the beginning. And if you look at how many writers were on, for one, it was 100 and okay, so it was a 2-hour movie, so about 125 page script, had 6 writers. So that's what's that? 10 pages a writer, 10, 12, 30. My math is bad. We'll say 15 pages a writer. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. And God, it was terrible. And they didn't go anywhere. Remember, we were told this was this galactic expanding space epic that went to Louisiana for 20 minutes in a shack. And well, not a shack, just an average looking house. Not anything sexy at all. Believe me. Donation. Okay, so Christopher Riley for $10. Donation to Nerdrotic. Congrats on 100K. Just recently subbed. I've read this one, and he says Mauler. Yeah, that's the one who loves you. Comedy Gold. I have many channels. Rose, thank you, DJ D Show. Michael Blair. I love Scotch. I got to go up some more. Okay, I think. Okay, I'm caught up there. Yay. George Mallow. Okay. Been watching since the day of the Doctor Who season 11 pilot. Not sure how many subs that was. You've turned me on to some really great things like Counterpart, Doom Patrol, The Expanse, Umbrella Academy. Best of luck to you. JPRPH1, you are quite welcome, my friend. Hopefully I can turn you on to something good. I've got to see more of Swamp Thing. I saw the first episode. I thought it was okay. I'm actually quite the Swamp Thing fan. I love the Alan Moore. I love the Bernie Wrightson. I love the Len Wein version. I was very happy to see Len Wein's name there, who recently passed. I met his son, who was incredibly gracious and nice to my son. I'm sure Len Wein saw a month before Len Wein died, the creator of Wolverine and Swamp Thing. I got to see him at Comic-Con with my kid. He had 0 people around him. He was dying of whatever. I don't know what he was dying of, but he looked very emaciated. So it looked like to me it was possibly cancer. And I had a long talk with his son while Len was talking to somebody else. And I asked him, I'm like, how much help have you gotten from Disney and Fox? Have they offered to anything? Like anything? Have they called you or anything? And like, if you don't want to answer that question, I'm sorry, it's real personal, but I told him I've done some work with Hero Initiative and I used to be a comic shop owner and I named my son after his character, Wolverine Logan. I have great reverence for Len Wein, who I always call like the second Stan Lee. I mean, that go look up Len Wein and see who he has created. He was a great mind. And the answer was no. Fox had never called them. Disney had never called them, offered them any help. So does it surprise you after what happened to Stan Lee? So these companies are making billions of dollars, and no, they are not obligated to help. I think there is some moral obligation, not to get super hippie, to a guy who created Wolverine, who's making this company billions of dollars, to maybe offer him a comfortable bed to lay in and die in, maybe some hospice care, something. So he doesn't have to go to Comic-Con when he's dying of cancer and charge $20 for a goddamn autograph. The guy who created Wolverine and Swamp Thing. And so, yeah, shame on Disney, shame on Fox, who are all one and the same now. And these are the companies that like to wax that they're all full of morals and telling us what to do with our lives. Yeah, F them and their a-holes. I don't know how I got started on that one, but Swamp Thing. Yeah, Len Wein. It was awesome to see his name, and at least DC gave him the proper credit. I hope they're giving his son some money because he deserves it. And listen, the characters, when you sign up with DC and Marvel, you don't own some of the character. It's just take care of them once in a while. And the reason they don't The reason the companies don't, it's not necessarily all the time like they don't want to. They just feel like once they take care of one guy, they're going to get a million people with their hands out. And it might be true, but Disney could always just say no to everybody else and just go, listen, this is Len Wein. He created Wolverine. Created fucking Wolverine. So yeah, Wolverine is $1 billion character. $1 billion character. You deserve some love. That's just me. Gerald Armstrong, $2.99. Charles Dance was great in Last Action Hero. Oh my God, was he in Last Action Hero?
Yeah. He was the bad guy.
Yeah, I liked it. I haven't seen that movie in years. I liked it. I know everybody else hated it, but I liked it.
Do you know what? Totally, like I really liked Charles Dance. When I found out he was in Game of Thrones, I was like, yes. Was Alien 3? He was like the biggest thing I liked about that movie.
Yeah,
because he was a really strong character, but then he gets wiped out the second you find out all of his backstory. He's like, the doctor who he took on a lot at the same time. He was addicted to drugs, I believe, and he got a bunch of people killed. He was sent to a prison. He got attached to the prison while he was there, and he had no life to really go back to, so he stayed. And now it's a matter of not many people trust him, and Ripley's like, I trust you. And I remember being like, oh man, I'm liking that. Boom, dead. I was like, oh, well.
Alien 3. It's a love-hate thing.
But when I found out he was Tywin and I saw that introductory scene with Jamie, I was sold immediately. I was like, he's so good.
Yep. And he was in, God, why am I blanking on the name now? The vampire werewolf.
Oh, yes, Underworld.
Underworld. He was in Underworld, too, yeah.
And he kind of got wasted in that, too. I actually only watched that film because he was in it.
No, he did. Underworld is like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was like so incredibly average. It was like incredibly average with a very, very, very good looking Kate Beckinsale. I mean, just very, very good looking. Like all-time beauty right there. But just they managed to make it about as average as possible. It was none of it was ever bad, but it was never really great.
They had Bill Nighy, and he was amazing as Victor.
Yep.
And then he dies in the end of the first one. It's like, oh, damn, because he was awesome. And then the second one, they have loads of flashbacks with him. And I was like, oh, they're desperately like, hey, he's still in it. The third one is his prequel movie. Like, and then the fourth one, they introduced Charles Dance. And I was like, oh, so they're trying to like be like, hey, we've got another old dude who's awesome voiced and just represented an awesome old vampire. And then they kill him in the fifth one. And I was like, oh, guys, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was such a weird structure, but I somehow liked them, and I somehow managed to watch them all. I don't know, how did that happen?
Weird how that happened.
Oh, so I've been on so long, I think my video just went out. So we'll find out how a video does while I'm live streaming. I'm pretty sure I set it for 3:45. Let me double check. I can't stay on much longer. I know that. I've gotta get to do some things. But I'll work that out later. I got Mauler here right now, and let's get to a couple more super chats. So we had Gerald Armstrong, Shia Storm Dragon, $10. Congrats on hitting 100,000. The Last Kingdom is a great alternative to Game of Thrones. Plus, Bernard Cornwell finished the books. Well, I am definitely going to watch that show now because I mean, when person after person after person after person tells me to watch this show, I got to watch it. I mean, I trust you people. I do. I don't know. Have you heard of The Last Kingdom, Mauler?
No, I don't think so.
So here, I can do the rundown really quick. It's based on a book series. It was on, why was I thinking it's on Netflix? No. Is it on Netflix? No, it's not. It's on, well, it's British. So as a child, Uhtred witnessed his father being killed and the Saxon army defeated by invading troops. Danish warlord Earl Ragnar captured Uhtred and raised him in a Danish camp alongside fellow captive Brida, a sharp-tongued girl. Years later, Uhtred is a valiant warrior who was dealt another tragic blow when his home is deliberately set on fire, killing his surrogate family, including Ragnar, now exiled alone, except for Brida. By his side, he vows to avenge Ragnar's death and reclaim his homeland. But he must choose between his birth country and the people who raised him, or the people who raised him. If he is going to help birth a new nation and ultimately recapture his ancestral land, he must walk dangerous path between both sides. Yeah. What the hell? What's it on, people? Is it? It must be on Netflix or something. I know you guys are probably screaming at me in the chat. Is it Netflix, guys?
You gotta keep your chat up, dude. You never know what's gonna be in chat. It's always you get lots of interesting tidbits. I rely on my chat a lot in EFAB. Whenever we need to cross-check something, there's always someone who has the answer in chat.
Oh, absolutely. My attention span is so crap. Is like I go to the super chats and I get lost in there. So yeah, you're right. I gotta keep that up. Hang on. There we go. That's solved. Problem solved. So Netflix, they say yes. Okay. So, and what's it on? BBC. It's on BBC and Netflix. All right. So that's where we need to watch it, Mauler. We need to. Yeah. So Last Kingdom. What are we on? It said season. Oh, why am I back on Hastings? It doesn't matter. I will start watching it this weekend then, and I'll see if I can get caught up. But yeah, season 3. It's not that was last year. Okay, so when is season 4? Oh, it's later this year. Okay, so I can get all caught up, and then we can see it. There we go. Yeah, I can get caught up, right? And then I can see it later this year. Sounds good. Okay. George Marlowe. Blaine Prince for $4.99. Hey man, you're great. I found you after season 8, episode 3 of Game of Thrones, and you and Doomcock and Mauler made me laugh through the stupid that was season 8 of Game of Thrones. Blaine Prince, you are welcome. $4.99. We made people laugh, Mauler. Isn't that great?
Mm-hmm. I approve.
I approve too. Typo Negative says, congratulations, brother. Cheer. Thank you very much for the $2.99. Kilgore Trout, $2. Cheers to your great success. Thank you very much. Astasia for £2. Congrats and shout out to your East German. What's it? Tattoo. Oh, shout out to your East German tattooist. Astasia, yes. So my tattoo artist, she's my friend, is Tanya Nix, and yeah, she was on the rough side during the Russian communist, prior to the wall, and she was like a punk rocker back then, back when there was like real consequences to it, like you could get the shit kicked out of you by the police regularly. She's badass. Yeah, she was cool. She got the thickest accent too. It's great. Grand Inquisitor, $5. Gary, you need to go watch Computing Forever and Tim Pool's latest vids ASAP. This is going to affect every independent creator on YouTube negatively. Right after the live stream.
A lot of people are covering this. It's very spooky right now.
Yeah, I feel like I went traveling for the weekend. I feel like I missed everything. The Captain Marvel takedown happened over the weekend. Yeah, and I just managed to make a video about the doggo, but I had to.
Mm-hmm.
Congrats on 100K. Have learned to love. Congrats on 100K. Have learned to love you and your work. Well, Tech Guy, thank you. Back at you for $2. Mike Brown missed one of mine, says for $2. I probably did, Mike. Let's go back up here. Here, $5 for 100K. I hope I can get my books to the level, to your level, and see you at 200K. Well, they already are. You finished the work. That's a brilliant thing to do. Thank you, Mike Brown. Mr. Roboto, 1 million more boobs and beard. Okay. I'd have to get Mrs. Nerdrotic on, but yeah, I don't know if she's willing to she's probably not willing to show her boobs. I'm just guessing. It's a guess, but I'm thinking now. Congrats on 100K. Been there since 110K. Channel success, well deserved. Renews my faith in honest, knowledgeable host quality making on YouTube. I've already read that one. Okay. So, how you doing, Mauler? You okay?
Oh,
You can
good,
go
good.
anytime, man. Like I'm just reading super chats this time. I don't mean to like hold you up. When
I
are you
am.
starting your when's the next viewing of Lord of the Rings? Is it next week or
Oh no, it's actually so we had a half-hour break between the first two, and then we were like, we are human beings. Maybe we should eat food and walk around and whatever else. Uh, so for a half hour after we watched the second one, I had a run and tried to breathe some oxygen, that sort of thing, and then came back and I had you on my phone, and then I heard you'd realized I was around. And I was like, oh, there you go, that works out for me. So I just headed up here, and I'm just chilling out before we hook back up to watch the third one.
nice. Nice. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to get through some more super chats here. And William, 1 million for Mrs. 1 million for Mrs. Nerdrotic Flash Stanley. No, no, no. Maybe I'll ask one of my sisters though. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah, sorry. What was I going to do? I was going to look something up. God damn it. I forgot. So let's just go back to the super chats. Oh, yeah. I know what I was. I got to see if my video made it up. I've had a video go up while I was live streaming. So I don't know what that does to it. We'll find out. Guess it's a learning experience. But I do need to put it in the new releases. So when did Dave get demonetized? When did this shit started going down?
It was all because of the Twitter thing, right? With what's that guy's name? Carlos Maza, I don't know. Steven Crowder had made several homophobic jokes about him, quote unquote.
Yeah.
And the guy made a supercut of it and then complained directly to YouTube, I think. And YouTube were like, this falls under okay, like acceptable parameters. Not saying it's a good thing, just saying, kind of, and they got in a lot of trouble for it, from what I can tell. Like, there's certain people politically who are very unhappy with YouTube not taking action against Steven Crowder. And it seems as though, as of about 24 hours ago or so, like YouTube put out a statement, an additional one, saying they're going to crack down on channels now, to a more what seems to be serious degree. And apparently, some people are already feeling the heat, if you will.
Well, that's it. That's fucking it. Well, I'll be finding another place to go because they just don't know it. They're so fucking stupid. Oh, God damn it. Just when I was doing well, it wasn't going to last forever. Motherfucker. But this is Patreon all over again.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And by the way, Patreon's been paying me later every time. I haven't gotten paid yet. But today's supposed to be payday. I didn't get my Patreon money. So I'm regularly getting paid on like the 6th now, and maybe it's a thing. Maybe I misunderstood it, but
I don't know how much damage they've actually dealt with this yet. But yeah, if it gets significant, like, people say it a lot, but it's true. They're going to lose a significant portion of their audience, and they're going to have to go somewhere.
Oh, it's good term. Yeah. My feeling is like Dave Cullen will get. Yeah, I didn't get paid from Patreon yet. Whatever.
You can force a payment if it's into the thing. You can try that, I guess.
I know. They probably charge some percentage. I can wait. It's no big deal. It's just it's very odd that since the Sargon thing, I've been getting paid later. What a coincidence, motherfucker. And goddamn, YouTube, wake up, wake the fuck up. That you're dead if you do this stuff. You're dead. You're dead. You're gone. It'll take a year or two, but your relevance and coolness, and they're doing this for the goddamn election, and it's the election that made YouTube. YouTube was like doing well, but it went to the stratosphere in 2016. Whatever side you're on, because but I recognize it. I'm not saying I support it. I'm just saying I recognize it.
They've said that they're actually going to be getting rid of channels that do any content related to flat Earth. So even sharing that you think the Earth is flat at this point will get you deleted. I was like, wow,
that's crazy. That's crazy. People
and I don't think it helps to do that. I don't think it'll, because like we're so controversial. We were booted off YouTube. This is the stuff they don't want you to know. That's what they'll say.
Yeah. And YouTube was supposed to be kind of grassroots. That's why it's called YouTube. It's supposed to be about the people. And then they wanted to be Netflix. Then they realized kind of recently, folks, they realized recently what they were. And they realized that it's EFAPs and live streams. And that's what it really is. And then they really pushed it at VidCon 2 years ago. They're like, oh yeah, we really want more live streamers. And we love the homegrown aspect of it. And it was just bullshit. It was just bullshit. Big surprise. Yeah, I got to look into this when we're done. God damn. You know, I hear about stuff and like, listen, I'm a human being. I'm like, it couldn't be that bad. Oh, it's that bad. It's that fucking bad.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know how bad it is yet. Like,
yeah, I'm afraid
I've got a lot of people I'm following who are making very apocalyptic videos right now in my feed.
God damn it. God damn
Which
it.
is such a shame. But yeah, they're calling it Adpocalypse 3 already. I think it's more significant than that, actually. But yeah, we'll find out.
I don't know if I always check my mail when something like this happens. I mean, you do get an email from YouTube like your channel's done.
I'm hoping my main channel can skirt by, but even I don't know how, you know, where the line's going to be drawn. But I feel like, yeah, EFAP won't survive for a lot longer if this is how... Because all I need on EFAP is a bunch of people to report it at the same time, and it's pretty much gone.
Yep.
If enough people make enough noise, that's how it seems to work now. That's all you need. So they just need to band together and shout at one channel at a time and boot them all.
Well, then we need to bound together. I mean, it's the only way to... This is why we shout back. People go, why do you add to the badness? When it's like... Because if we don't shout back, they shut all of us down. Okay, so we have to shout back. But I hate to sound like a kid, but we're not starting this shit. But we will fucking finish it. So we need to, I got to look into this and we will fucking band together and try to help Dave and anybody else who's been demonetized, even a fucking flat earther. Because you should be free to be as stupid as you want to be. I will defend that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like the flat earthers have... let them, they do no harm. Then they just use that as an excuse. They know they do no harm. They use the flat earthers to get to the centrists who are so dangerous with their centristisms. Yeah, fuck that. God damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna get back to the super chats there. I'm so much for celebrating. They are going to ask Jeff was talking about it X, says Masamonte. I don't know what that means for £2, but it probably was related to something I was talking about earlier. Charles Dance was great. Congratulations, brother. Tab negative. Cheers to your success. Kilgore Trout. Thank you for the $2. I greatly appreciate it. Astasia. I read that one. Mike Brown, I think I caught up with yours. Have you done Phil's coffee yet? Eric K. Yes, I have. Phil's is really good too. I will go to Phil's. It's not the one that's closest to me. There's no parking anywhere near it. San Francisco sucks for parking. And I'm from Southern California where you could basically leave your car in the middle of the road for a little while. You can park anywhere in Southern California because there's enough space. But there's no space here. I'm glad Game of Thrones tanked. I wouldn't have found you otherwise, says Bradman. Oh, thanks. That's the nicest thing anybody's ever said. Hey, I'm kind of glad it is too, because now I'm talking to Mauler and you guys. That's fucking great. Sean Casey for £10. Congrats on the big 100,000 from Dudley, England. Well, cheers. Only channel I properly follow. Excellent. Sometimes you should follow Mauler, Sean. Sometimes agree and sometimes disagree, but love listening. That's brilliant. When will someone reboot Blake 7? The Liberator was the best. Was a beast. I think it really depends on oh God, why am I blanking on his name? The estate of I'll get his name right now because I'm pretty sure Terry Nation. I know this guy and I forget his name on a live stream. So Terry Nation co-created Blake 7, right? So I think it depends on his estate. I don't know why they haven't done it yet. It seems kind of like a great time to do something like that. But then you ask yourself, do you want anybody who's currently writing things to take on anything right now, because the answer will be no. We need a new crop of writers to come up and be good. Because 2019 writing is fucking awful. Why is that going out of focus? There we go. All right, folks, I can go for like 10 more minutes and then I gotta go. I'm sorry. So I'm gonna try to get through these super chats, and if there's anything left over, it will be made up Friday. Friday on Celebration Part 2. I will begin with the super chats and we'll get through those. Because your super chats are great. They're great show topics and great stuff to talk about anyway. So that's great. Draco Argentinius for $20. Big congrats, man. DVD and you are guys I'd love to stream with. No less Mauler, Mauler, G&G, and the rest of the Phantom Menace. Been a sub since the start of the year. Jeremy's 24-hour 100K. It's been great watching you get here to the future. Rock on. Thank you, Draco. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, Jeremy's 24-hour 100K stream. I don't know how he did that. I ain't doing it. Tokyo Gaijin, 500 yen. Sent you a Twitter DM with the Amazon link to this book. Thank you. Michael Wolf, New Zealand, $5. Oh, that's great. Middle Earth. Congrats on 100K, mate, from Wellington, Middle Earth. Well, Mikhail Wolf, I hope to visit your fine, fine country someday. Rowan Mangian for Australian $7.99. Hey, Gary. Excuse me. 100K. So cool. Listen to you at work all the time. Gets me through the day. Thanks, man. You are welcome. You are welcome. That fires me up. It does. Psycho Dwarf 9, $2. Check Tim Pool and YouTubers shenanigans. I'm on it. I'm on it right after this. I am worried about what I'm going to see. Yeah, check Tim Pool's bad stuff going on, man. Jesus Christ. Sadokar, 7th Legion, $2. Thank you. Chris Stanley. Well, I'm going to have to enact Plan B, folks, once I look into this stuff. So please tune in on Friday. So I'm going to have to enact Plan B because it's time. Right when I get to 100,000. But yeah, tune in Friday. Big announcement, because it's something I've been sitting on for a while and I've been waiting for. Well, I actually was going to wait like a year, but I'm going to Plan B. Congrats on 100K, Gary. Thank you, Classic Comics. And it has something to do with comics. Thank you for $5. Thank you I appreciate it. Catherine Greer, thank you for the $2. Congratulations, Gary, on 100,000K. Or 100,100. Thank you. Catherine, I greatly appreciate it. Nicholas Horton, $2. The Last Kingdom is now on Netflix. Thank you. I will watch it. The opinionated one. I almost said the an opinionated one, like opioids and opinion, but that would be way too hard to say. Like I couldn't say it right now. $2. Hashtag Vox ad apocalypse has begun. Be warned. Yeah, here we go. Well, you're still monetized, right? Have you checked? Yeah.
I believe so. I assumed wrongly that they would tell me if I wasn't. So it's like you have to check every once in a while just to make sure. But yeah, as far as I know, I'm still going for a sec. I'm not like my main channel isn't that controversial from what I understand.
I mean, okay, it's not. It's good. It's edgy. It's sharp. But I think. You do in a way like even like any potential adversaries would respect you. They would go, "Oh man, he's good. He's right. I don't like his opinions, but he's good. I respect where he comes from." I mean, that's the worst that would happen to you. I don't know. I mean, nobody calls you nobody calls you a sexist or a racist or anything. Like that. You stick to the story.
I got lots of that when I criticized. Yeah, loads of it. I was apparently pretty naive because you can go back to I think it's the 5th EFAP where I'm talking about people responding to my Black Panther video, and I was like, they're calling me racist. Like, what's that about? And then all the chat were like, are you like new to the internet? And I was like, okay, yeah, that's fair.
Newbie.
We covered a video on EFAP 36, so the one before the newest one, and a guy was partially responding to my video. He showed the thumbnail, and he didn't use my name, but he said, there's this guy who made a 2-hour video breaking down Captain Marvel. It was so boring, and he just makes sexist points. It's like what? And what he brought up was the fact that I said she stole a man's vehicle, and well, that's all we get in the main movie. The deleted scene goes further than that. But I said, because he asked her to smile, that's ridiculous, and that's terrible as a role model. And the guy's response was, as if you care about whether or not she's a role model. I'm just like, okay, what I said is still true.
Yep. Oh my God. I would, if I were you, I was like, who are you calling boring? Boring? What? No,
honestly, I'm happy to see that as a complaint. I'm like, oh, so I was accurate though, right? As long as I was accurate, I don't mind. I'll be boring.
Yeah. Yeah, right. I got you. I see. That's where you will always have me beat. The details. You're good. I am not capable of just being that. It's again raging ADHD. There's like I let mistakes go off in my videos all the time. I'll catch them. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to re-upload the whole goddamn thing and everything just for like I mispronounced something. Yeah, I'll get 95 comments on it and it's cool. I'll just say, yeah, I did it. I mispronounced it. So what? But I probably should. Never forget Tim Pool is half Asian. Yeah. That is all. I will try not to forget Tim Pool is half Asian. Tim Pool looks like my oldest son a little bit because my oldest son is half Asian. I thought Gary, I already thought Toe Chick was Plan B. Maybe. OMG, what the fuck, BBQ kitten. OMG, WTF, BBQ kitten. Okay. No, Plan B is the comic shop, which was Plan A, because the channel was Plan B. Plan A was the comic shop. So then Plan A became Plan B and Plan B became Plan A. But I can always do both. It wouldn't be difficult. It'd be a little bit of setting up to do, but that was always the plan. But I listen, I was going to ride this for as many months as I could, but no sane person should rely on YouTube income alone. And I don't, but believe me, I don't. Yeah. My wife, we own the salon and I plan to open a comic store, but it's been great. And I'm like, oh, I could have a summer vacation out of it maybe. And, so far it's been okay. I mean, not getting rich or anything, please. But, it's nice. And it allows me to make content all day. But I better make better use of my time. So we'll see what's going on. Again, I've been talking to Mauler and you guys, so I have no idea what's going on right now other than what you've told me. It could be worse than what they're saying. Well, what happened to Patreon was noticeable and that was Sargon. It was somebody else, but Sargon was the main part. And that was noticeable. And then all of a sudden the CEO of Patreon's like, we're hard up for money. And then all of a sudden rumors are going around and then payments are late now. And yeah, it's a thing. Okay. Back to the super chats. I got to see how much. I think I'm okay. I'm almost caught up. Now, if I missed anybody, I will read that first thing on Friday, 7 p.m. We're going to be doing a charity part 2 live stream. And oh, by the way, you're welcome to it. I'm going to try to get YouTubers to do dramatic readings of the Unicorn Store script. I'm just little lines, but I thought that was a really funny idea. I'd love to hear yours in an American accent doing it. I think that'd be very funny.
Yeah, when I went to see my sister, because she lives in the same town as me, I came into their living room and they were about to hit play on Unicorn Store on Netflix, and I was like, "What are you doing?" And she was like, "What? It's just the film that she's Captain Marvel." I was like, "No, no, 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 no. Look, watch anything else. Anything else. That movie's terrible." They were like, "Oh, okay." And I was just, "Well, watch the trailer. How do you want to see this? Like, what in the world made you want to see this?"
Oh God, I watched it on a fucking European vacation. That's how crazy I am. And it damn near ruined it. I was on a beautiful view. Like I can't even describe the view I had. Think like Minas Tirith. No, not Minas Tirith. Oh God. Oh, I hate fucking live stream brain. Gondor, the city of Gondor is like on that big cliff, right? So it's a city like that in
Yeah, that is
Sicily,
Minister.
but it's like looking over the ocean instead of looking over Plenir Field or whatever it's called. I always mispronounce it. And it was fucking gorgeous. And there was a lightning storm off in the distance.
Mm.
And I decided to fire up a Unicorn Store and just ruin it all. Ruin it all. My wife was asleep. And God, it took me 3 hours to watch that movie because I had to stop. I had to stop through 20 minutes. I'm like, God damn, it's so bad. She is. Why does Hollywood love her so much? People like are head over heels in love with her, like she is the next Katharine Hepburn or something like that. I'm like, she's just bad. It's almost like one of those movies where somebody got 3 wishes to the devil, like a Twilight Zone, and it has no business being as big of a star as she is. Like zero, like honestly, objectively, no talent. She has no talent. She's not that pretty. She's not ugly or anything. Nobody's really ugly, but I mean, she's not like, she's a plain white piece of paper. She doesn't move the needle at all. So yeah, it feels like she either has pictures or made a deal with Satan or the gods. I don't know. I don't understand it. I know that's a little harsh, but that's how I feel. All right, getting through the super chats here. Congrats on 100 mate from Wellington, Middle Earth. Got that one. Thank you again, Mikhail Wolf. Check. Chris Stanley, $5. We need a Snowflame movie. Just kidding. Congrats, Gary. No, we really do need a Snowflame movie. We need a Snowflame movie now. Let's get a Snowflame movie made. He's a cocaine-powered supervillain from DC Universe. We love Snowflame. Catherine Greer, $2. Congrats again. I read that one. Classic Comments, I read that one. Nicholas Horton, I read that one. The Last Kingdom is now on Netflix. Fox Day. Congratulations to Nerdrotic. Peter Davison, Australian, $10. And again, thanks for the big koala that my dog is sleeping next to right now. Trinity Girl, 007. I like that name. £5. Oh, why do they keep remaking the same recent films over and over again, e.g. X-Men and Spider-Man? That is such a great question. Well, because they think it's guaranteed money and they don't understand every time they reboot something too close together. Every time you reboot something, no matter how much time has passed, it tarnishes the original just a little bit, and it gets tarnished. It's like, if you kids remember Xerox copies, every time you copied something, each copy got worse. That's what it is. Christina Fernandez, $10. Congrats on 100,000 subs. So glad to have your channel a few months back. This geeky nerd is home at your channel okay, I can read this now. This geeky nerd has home at your channel and all the ones you have recommended. Okay, Christina Fernandez, thank you. Will Gentry, £5. Crowder only called Mazza things that Mazza calls himself. So YouTube said Crowder was okay. So Mazza, Vox et al. Went after YouTube and advertised. So it's Vox. That's behind this. Vox, by the way, which is YouTube's competition. All right. So Vox Media, which is currently dying right now, we need to shut it down. They're coming after us. We need to go after them. So we need to go after their advertisers. Everything related to Vox needs to be shut down. If they're trying to take my income and your entertainment, Vox needs to be shut down. So Fight fire with fire. Vox needs what? Money from advertisers. Find Vox's advertisers. Be relentless. Just fight fire with fire. We want to do it. Let's do it. I'll do it. So Vox is having financial problems. I'll be doing some videos on Vox. I hope some people watch them. I know that they are at troubled times, and they are trying to take out their competition. That's all they're doing. I hope people can see through this. You're going to start seeing more. What caused the last apocalypse? The fucking Wall Street Journal. What's print and online media's competition? We are. They're just trying to take us out. These big behemoths. We need to band together and shut them down, or try. I mean, you don't want to go down like without fighting, right? So I'm not going to just go, I'm demonetized, I'm done. No. Pound of flesh. Let's take a pound of flesh as much as we can. And yeah, we could fight. They have advertisers. We have ways to contact them. We can be relentless. Let's be relentless. Let's be annoying. And maybe they'll just back off, probably not, but and just because Mauler's here, he does not condone. This is my opinion alone. I don't want to get Mauler in trouble.
That's right. I don't have to agree or disagree with every single statement you ever make. It's fine.
The opinionated one, $5. Get on BitChute and DLive. I'm on DLive. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, $7. Go to my website, nerdrotic.com. Link is on the right. The Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, $7. Congrats, Gary. Well deserved. P.S. This should cover what I mentioned in my email. Oh, Hunky Chunky Funky Monkey, you're awesome, dude. I got you. Chris Wicks, $14.99 Australia. G'day, Gary and Mauler. Congratulations on hitting 100,000K. Sorry we couldn't catch up. Phantom Menace Chicago for celebration. Yeah. But maybe we can at Anaheim next year. Live long and prosper. I will be at the Anaheim celebration 100% for sure, without a doubt. It's only 300 some miles away. I can make it. No, my kid got sick. I couldn't do anything about it. I was bummed. Cardinal Sin, $1.99. Glad to see you're back, Gary. Package for you on the way. Thank you. I'm headed to the P.O. box. It's open for another hour and a half. World is round as is karma. Peter Davison. Good saying there, buddy. Australian, $10. Firmax Dev for $10. Love your channel. Loves from Amsterdam. Ooh, Amsterdam. Brilliant country. Thank you, Firmax. Andre Merrick, my friend Andre, how are you? $5. Here's a bit towards the future band of YouTubers Legals Fund for Freedom of Speech, from which you are pre 100. Been with you since pre 1,000 subs. We do not kneel. And yeah, we should be ready for this. And hopefully, listen, I'll be a fan of any politician who backs a online Bill of Rights, at least for speech. That free speech should extend to forums, not necessarily to employees who work and basically it's this all or nothing mentality. I think we can live in a world where we can have free speech in forums and open places, but you can't have an employee who can tell a customer to go fuck off. We can't have that. So, but we could certainly have discourse within open forums, places that are made for speech. I think the First Amendment should apply, but I hate litigation too. So it's, and that stuff's way above my pay grade. Go to Dave Cullen for that stuff and Tim Pool or Mauler. You guys are way smarter than me. Justin Panlasqui for $2. Plan B. I buy a carne asada burrito next time you're in San Diego. Justin, okay, I'm taking you up on that. You offer to buy me a carne asada burrito. My answer is si, senor. Yes. I had one in Palm Springs. They're just not as good. That's not a San Diego carne asada burrito. God, I can't. I'm going to be in San Diego in a month and 2 weeks. The Ministry of Truth is now reality. Orwell is rolling in his grave. Bald Eagle 1787. Thank you for the $5. I agree. Farm Girl, $10. Congrats on 100K. So happy that you made it. You've been an original so happy to have been on the original 100 who got to watch the greatness grow. You were. Thank you. I don't know about greatness, but enjoy the well-earned vacation and thank Mrs. Nerdrotic, Agent Bossy Boots, for sharing you. I will. And yes, Mrs. Nerdrotic's handle, I mean, her name's Melissa, but her handle is actually Agent Bossy Boots. She's a bossy. See, she embraces the sexist term of bossy. She does. Mike M, 999. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And we have made it through all the super chats. If I missed one, by the way, we need a meetup at San Diego Comic-Con, Scarecrow 2311. It's happening. The location is a place called Lestat's Coffee House. Dates to be announced. Mauler, you want to plug your channel real quick before we run off?
I do reviews of things, analysis for a long amount of time. Game of Thrones, Star Wars, a couple of Marvel movies, and some video games. That's as far as I've gotten. And who knows what'll happen in the future. If you're interested in putting something on in the background, got some time to waste, it might work for you. Maybe, maybe not.
That's not the right Mauler. Hang on. God damn it. I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, here we go. I was going to get your link. I didn't mean to go silent on you there. I apologize. I was going to link your thing in the description. There we go. Now there's another Mauler. I'm like, wait a minute, dude. You just lost like all your subscribers. Now, like, that's not the right Mauler. How many total videos do you have?
Can you see that?
I think I can in your about section. It should say it right.
75, is it?
Yeah. That it probably says that on Social Blade, huh? So you have 75 videos, like total.
I believe so, yeah.
That's brilliant. That's so brilliant. I have like 782. But I mean, like, God, so many of them didn't get watched, so it's cool. So here's Mauler. Here's the link to Mauler's channel. Please subscribe to him. He's one of my favorite YouTubers and one of my newest friends. I love it. I love making friends. I know it sounds super gay, but I don't care.
I like making friends too.
Yeah. So yeah, please subscribe to Mauler. If I missed a super chat, I will make up for it Friday. I will be live again Friday. Yes, I am on top of all of this Tim Pool stuff, and I will do a video. I have a video that's coming that just dropped, I believe. I think it just dropped right now this second. So I'll end it here and you can go watch that. Thank you to all my mods. Thank you to all the new subs. Thank you to all the patrons. You guys are brilliant. I had a lot of fun. Please join me Friday night for part 2 of 100K celebration, where it will be for multiple charities. All the ad money, all the super chat money, and then I will match up to a certain amount. And I will try to get other YouTubers on for a live dramatic reading of certain parts of the Unicorn Store. I think that's a great idea. So everybody have a brilliant day. And yeah, if Vox is behind this shit, we need to take them down. So let's end on that note. Bye-bye.
See ya.